Only 2 games left on the calendar for the DubSea Fish Sticks this summer, and they get ready to try and avenge a heartbreaking loss last night to Elevate Northwest in the second-to-last game of the season here at Mel Olson Stadium. Angus Strangmo and Kyle Sweeney coming to you for our penultimate broadcast on the Fish Sticks Network this summer. And Kyle, after 8 innings of sluggish baseball from the Fish Sticks, the 9th inning was quite the spectacle.
It really was, and we're going to start things off with this highlight. In the top of the 8th inning, Trey Davies, a single up the middle that scores 2 runs and makes it 4-0. And little did anyone know how big that hit would be. But here we go in the bottom of the 9th. It was Jake Daly who reached second base on a throwing error from Kai Keith, the pitcher. And then Tyler Eisenhut, he's pinch hitting. The first pitch he sees just takes it in the square of the back. And then a walk of Rodrigo Montano loaded the bases. And suddenly the game-tying run is at home plate. But Braden Bartholomew takes one in the elbow. That scores a run. And then Evan Hellner, this pops out over to right field. That would be the second out of the inning, but Eisenhut would come around to score, and Bartholomew over to third. It's 4-2 at this point, and then Sonoy looks like this could end the game, but it finds green grass in the outfield. Montano comes around to score. Bartholomew over at third, and then here we go. This was the play that will be talked about for years to come. Was Beckett Turnbow safe at first base, or was he not? It is almost impossible to tell. We tried to figure it out yesterday, but the umpire made the call. Turnbow was out by a frame. That was what we were talking about yesterday. And Trey Davies, who had that 2-run single that would prove to be the difference in the 8th inning, closes the game on the mound. And now, less than 24 hours later, the Fish Sticks are going to try to avenge that.
So now the season series is split to this point, 1-1 to both of these sides, and the Fish Sticks have revenge on their minds tonight, surely, especially after they dominated the first meeting about a month ago, 12-3.
They did, and we were talking about how hot their offense was. They rode a 5-game winning streak into yesterday's game and had scored 52 runs across those 5 games, and yesterday, just 4 hits for the Fish Sticks and 16 strikeouts. And part of that is huge credit to Elevate Northwest's pitching staff, who shut them down all night. But if they want to come back and avenge that crushing loss yesterday, the bats are going to have to heat up.
Second to last game of the summer for the Fish Sticks around the corner on the Fish Sticks Network. Sasquatch looking for their second win in back-to-back days against this team.
For over 15 years, As You Wish Electric has offered the comprehensive electrical solutions Seattle families trust. We are proud to announce that we can now also serve your plumbing, heating, and cooling needs. As we grow, we are committed to delivering the same knowledgeable and friendly experience that earned our spot as the region's top-rated electrical company. Contact As You Wish Electric Plumbing, Heating, and Air today to learn more.
Back here live at the Friar for the second game of a 3-gamer between the DubSea Fish Sticks and the Elevate Northwest Sasquatch. And the Wendy's Cup Challenge made a return. We saw the smallest cup connected last night, and another good showing today.
Yeah, 2 for 4. Didn't get to that first one. There's our took a guy, Jack, throwing out the baseballs. This was a good one right here. Got some nice muscles, too.
Yeah, really looking good while he's at it.
Yeah. Here we go. That was the 2. He was 2 for 3 at this point, but then here we go. It's the smallest cup. This is 4 free Fish Stick tickets, by the way, if he's able to get this. We saw one corralled yesterday, but it just kind of showed off how hard it really is. Didn't get to that one. But overall, pretty good on the Wendy's Cup Challenge.
I still don't know how the guy did it yesterday.
He did kind of use his bare hands
to
help.
But whatever. It's still winning the cup. That's all that matters. And then before the game today, we honored 3 teams that made the trip to the state championship from District 7, which is West Seattle. And the West Seattle 12U All-Star team, 4 straight game days, went 2-2 at state. The West Seattle 11U All-Star team went 4-2. They finished 3rd place in all of Washington. And then there's the West Seattle 11U All-Star team, softball state champions in the state of Washington. They lost their first game and then rattled off 6 in a row. They outscored their opponents 55-10. And their coach got to throw out the first fish today, and a well-deserved honor. Those are some pretty insane numbers.
Yeah, they are, and they got honored on the field, and finally, DubSea Frank got his wish. Every time that someone corrals in the fish from behind home plate, he yells, please kiss the fish. Kiss the fish. And we finally got it. I believe that was Atticus Stanfield behind the plate who finally kissed the fish. Not once, not twice, but three times. There we go.
Ryder Peterson getting the start today. We saw Hawthorne Moody start yesterday, and now Ryder Peterson, his teammate down at Whitman College in Walla Walla, gets the start today. A couple primary bullpen arms, and everyone will stand for the national anthem, performed today by Tom Every.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, sing us that star-spangled banner yet wave, o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Tom Every gets us going at the ballpark today. Ryder Peterson will get his hat back from Finn Crispy Jr. They traded hats for the national anthem, and he'll get ready to go on the mound today. One of the team leaders in innings this summer, but his second start only on the bump. He started a couple weeks ago because the Northwest Honker is in a Deluxe's uniform.
Yeah, this will be his 16th overall appearance. He has made a living this summer coming in high leverage situations. And the last time he appeared in a game, it was on Sunday against the Everett Merchants. It was tied 5-5 in the top of the ninth inning. Peterson comes in. He allows the first two base runners for the Merchants to reach. And then once those high leverage situations come to be, it's like he turns the corner. He thrives in those situations, and then he forced a double play on the next pitch and then an out right after that to get out of the jam, and then eventually the Fish Sticks would walk it off with a single from Rylan Gullard in the bottom half of the ninth. But the last time he started, the only time he started, as you mentioned, was against the Honkers. He lit up 4 earned runs, all of which came off a grand slam in that game. So we'll see how he does in his second start of the season. It's definitely a vibe shift for a normal reliever to come in and start a baseball game.
Lineup for the Elevate Northwest Sasquatch, who come in after a 4-3 win last night. And it's a pretty similar look. Julian Gonzalez leading off. Landon Klein and Ashton Bergman also due up here in the first inning. Kane Nishikawa in the cleanup spot. 3 hits for Nishikawa, the future Pacific Tiger. He's in the cleanup spot again today. And then Tilden Sue hitting 5th and Ethan Swallem hitting 6th. Then it's Jacob Flores in the 7-hole. Zach Daniel hitting 8th. Owen Fay in the 9-hole, and then another extra hitter game tonight with this being a non-league tilt, so Chase Clark will be hitting 10th.
Yeah, Nishikawa, we don't have a burger batter for today's game, so
it's probably a good choice.
Yeah, unfortunately for the Sasquatch lineup, whoever we pick for the burger battle will not have a career game or a 3-hit game tonight, but Nishikawa not only had that 3-hit game, but the game-saving play yesterday at third base, which we highlighted in the opening. There we go. Play ball kid gives us a start, and Ryder Peterson's ready to go.
Peterson comes into this outing with 12 earned runs and 22 innings thrown. That's good for a 4.91 ERA. Struck out 19 in those innings. A graduate of Sumner High School, born in Tacoma. Looks like we'll have to get someone off the field. It's likely Connor Lee.
I think it's actually Jonah as well, the on-field host.
It was Connor's fault, I'm sure. Gonzalez and Peterson both ready to roll, and first pitch on the way at the Friar. It's fastball, and it's fouled back.
The Fish Sticks had a really good performance from their pitching staff for most of the night yesterday, including a really good start from Hawthorne Moody, who went 5 innings and didn't allow an earned run. We talk so much about Elevate's pitching staff, but Peterson looking to build on a strong performance last night.
0-1 finds the zone. 4 strike 2. We saw a very large strike zone in last night's game, and if that's the case tonight, get ready for another low-scoring affair. A really good crowd on hand at the Friar tonight. 0-2 from Peterson. That runs outside, and it's hauled in by Jake Daly, who gets the start behind the plate.
Julian Gonzalez was 0 for 4 yesterday, but made some great plays out in left field, including a play where he fielded a ball off the wall from Evan Hellner and gunned him out at second base.
1-2, and that's a chase and a miss. First batter goes down on strikes for Ryder Peterson today.
Yeah, just a really good start from Peterson, and doesn't boast a super high velocity on his fastball, but is so good at sequencing his pitches and boasts a couple different off speeds, which you just saw there, that really keep batters off balance. I'm thinking too much about Donovan Dent right now, keeping defenders off balance. Future Zag,
Yeah.
should see in the next about hour or so.
If you haven't heard, as we enter the college basketball corner earlier than ever tonight, there has been a preliminary injunction in a district court in Colorado that has allowed the NCAA athletes that just use up their 4th year of eligibility to get a 5th year. And that means that we're going to have a lot of unks in college sports this year, as
I could return.
Klein fouls that back from Peterson, and it's 0-2. Not sure that's how that works for you, Kyle. You did get your degree, and you weren't necessarily on a roster. So, I don't know, you could ask around maybe. Counts 1-2 to Landon Klein, who's heading to just south of Spokane, down in Pullman. He's going to go play at Washington State. 1-2 on the way from the lefty Peterson, and Klein was ahead, but still fouls it off.
Yeah, Klein was 1 for 4 yesterday with a run. Nishikawa did most of the damage offensively for this team, and then Trey Davies had that huge 2-run single in the 8th inning that we highlighted in the opening. And other than that, it was really difficult for Elevate Northwest to find anything on offense. Their 2 runs in the 4th inning were both unearned.
Davies not in the lineup today, replaced by Owen Fay in the extra hitter spot, as Peterson misses a couple steps down. 4-2-2. Ashton Bergman on deck, a big swing for Bergman in yesterday's game. He laced an RBI double down the right field line, got the scoring started in that one. 2-2, and that runs in, so an early full count to Landon Klein, one of 3 D1 guys in this lineup. It's Klein heading to Wazoo, and then Kane Nishikawa and Ethan Swallam both heading to Pacific in Stockton, California. 3-2, that is flied into center, and that is routine for Rylan Gillard. 2 up and 2 down for Ryder Peterson.
Yeah, good job by Peterson, who was ahead 0-2 in that count and then suddenly found himself with a payoff pitch and a full count to come back and just fire in one in the strike zone, forcing Elevate Northwest to hit. And the first meeting between these teams in late June, Elevate Northwest's offense also sputtered, so they haven't really shown a ton of firepower on that end.
Ashton Bergman looking to be the first base runner of the game. Watches ball 1 down in the turf. Bergman from Everett Community College. His teammate Julian Gonzalez struck out to start this first inning. It's outside for ball 2. Gonzalez and Bergman, not the only Everett CC guys in the lineup today either for Elevate Northwest. Zach Daniel, who's hitting 8th and playing shortstop, also from up north of Seattle. 2-0 on the way from Peterson, and that is chopped high in the sky. Becca Turnbow in the middle of the infield, moving away from first base. Throw not in time. That'll go down as a base hit for Ashton Bergman.
Yeah, it's unfortunate for Ryder Peterson because he does his job there and induces a weak grounder. That off speed got under the bat of Bergman, and really no chance for Turnbow as Bergman shows off a little speed there. He would have been safe anyway, but that is what Ryder Peterson is so good at, is forcing the ground balls. Again, on Sunday, last time he pitched, he forced that all-important ground ball that helped keep the Merchants scoreless.
So here's Kane Nishikawa ahead in the count 1-0 early. Nishikawa, 3 hits in yesterday's game. Also a great fielder at third base, and in just about as high pressure of a situation as possible. Just swallowed a ground ball from Beckett Turnbow and went on over the first. The throw barely beat Turnbow to the bag, and Elevate Northwest came out of here, really escaped the Friar with a 4-3 win.
And it was just too little too late for the Fish Sticks. They couldn't get anything going on offense. Finally found some magic, which they've found so often this year, but just not enough.
2-0 is fouled over towards the Sasquatch dugout for strike one. Hard contact from Nishikawa. That is a constant with him at the plate.
Yeah, showing off that Division I talent yesterday. He had 3 really hard hit balls, including his 3rd hit of the game, which was just a lace right past the glove of Alex Amata at third base, which is one of the hardest hit balls we've seen.
Bergman breaks. Throw from Daly's not going to beat him. Runner in scoring position. Turnbow's trying to argue that Bergman's hand came off the bag. It did look like there was a little twitch over there from the left hand of Ashton Bergman. We'll get another look. Obviously, the throw did not beat him.
Ooh, he might have a point.
I think maybe the counter argument from the umpire is that Turnbow pulled the hand off the bag with the glove, but did have a case there. Bergman, either way, is safe at second, and it's 3-1 to Nishikawa. That's a fastball. That's up the middle. Turnbow can't handle it. Kung's got to read it. Now Bergman coming home. Throw from Kung. Runs Daly up the line. No need to slide for Ashton Bergman. 1-0 Sasquatch.
Yeah, that was a weird one for Beckett Turnbow because he's trying to hold on Bergman at second, and then at the last second breaks back to his position, and then that ball was hard hit right back. There you see Turnbow goes back to his normal position and has to quickly go back towards second base. He can't handle it off the heat from Nishikawa, and once again, Kane Nishikawa putting his imprints all over the game, and this time early on in the first.
1-0 Elevate Northwest early after winning 4-3 last night. It was 2 runs in the 4th and 2 runs in the 8th. And they're on the board early today. Now Tilden Sue at the plate. Sue, 3 scoreless innings yesterday where he struck out 7 batters, one of them being the fan batter. I have not heard if we have a fan batter tonight. I don't think we do.
We just got word that we do, which is great news. I love seeing the fan batters come out. And 0 for 5 now this year after the fan batter yesterday struck out in 3 pitches. Again, as you mentioned, one of the 7 that Sue struck out, but he struck out 5 straight fish sticks yesterday from the 2nd inning and going into the 3rd.
It's in a 1-1 count with Peterson. Peterson's got Nishikawa picked off. Throw to second. Tag in time. Nice defense from Peterson and Braden Bartholomew to make the connection. But a run comes across for Elevate Northwest, and they're on the board first at the Friar. Fish Sticks' first chance on the other side of the break.
Wendy's went back to the kitchen to give our famous spicy chicken sandwich a total upgrade. More crunch, more flavor, with heat that just hits. Is this our best spicy chicken ever? Looks like a yes to me. Spicy chicken just got better at Wendy's.
They always say, think happy thoughts. It's easy when you're a Wendy's Cookie Dough Frosty Fusion. I'm an instant dopamine hit. Get it? Dopamine? Like cookie dough. I said like cookie dough! Happiness is a Cookie Dough Frosty Fusion at Wendy's.
For over 15 years, As You Wish Electric has offered the comprehensive electrical solutions Seattle families trust. We are proud to announce that we can now also serve your plumbing, heating, and cooling needs. As we grow, we are committed to delivering the same knowledgeable and friendly experience that earned our spot as the region's top-rated electrical company. Contact As You Wish Electric, Plumbing, Heating, and Air today to learn more.
So there he is, today's fan batter, Nathan. Fan batters are 0 for 5 on the year, still yet to reach base. We've got tonight's fan batter and then another one tomorrow before we finally put a lid. Nathan's working on laying down bunts, which honestly, not a horrible idea.
I don't hate that at all.
It depends on how fast he is.
Let's see. Oh, yeah, he's really working on that right now. Again, the fan batter is always a game changer classic. That was just a doozy to score there. But again, 0 for 5. We have seen contact in the field once by Kevin Bartholomew, which is Braden Bartholomew's dad. But in the 4-year history of the fan batter, no one has gotten a hit. But people have reached base and scored.
Oh, and now look at this. Gives the tip of the cap to everyone here at the Friar. Trying to get the crowd on his side, which is, I mean, I'm not sure that's what I would do before I step to the plate. That'd be hilarious if any Fish Sticks players did that, while they're here.
That would be an unreal moment.
First pitch to Nathan is just zipped in by Nolan Barrett. Strike one. Nolan Barrett is a very intimidating force on the mound for Nathan, our fan batter. He's 6'5", 220.
And he is zipping it in there, too. From O'Day High School, 2028 guy.
Only 16 years old right now. That is just a monstrous 16-year-old. 0-2 to Nathan. Another fastball, and he is way late. He'll jog back to the dugout, and Nolan Barrett, that is the scariest possible outcome you can have, is you step up as the fan batter, and you got to look at 6'5", 220 out there on the mound.
Man, Nolan Barrett could be teammates, or he could have been teammates with Paulo Banchero at O'Day if he takes his talents to the basketball court. 16 and 6'5", 210. Paint beast.
Here's Rylan Gullard. He goes after the first pitch. He's late to that fastball, but hard hit down the opposite field line, foul. Gullard 0 for 4 yesterday. A rare hitless day for him. Braden Bartholomew on deck in the 2-hole for the first time in a while today.
Yeah, it was just the 4th time in 35 games this season that Rylan Gullard didn't record a hit. And he had 8 hits in his last 3 games before last night.
1-1. Gullard watches upstairs for ball 2. It's Gullard, Bart, and then Jackson Dule, who would usually be due up in the first inning as the 3-hitter, but with the fan batter not due up quite yet. Then Evan Hellner hitting cleanup, Riley Sonoy hitting 5th, Becca Turnbow in the 6-hole, followed by Tyler Eisenut, who's DHing today. Then Noah Kung hitting 8th and playing short. Jake Daly, who's catching, is hitting 9th, and Alex Hamada in the 10-hole today for the Sticks. Gullard ahead 3-1 on Nolan Barrett. And he goes after it. It is a line drive into center field, and it gets down right in front of Julian Gonzalez. So after an 0 for 4 day yesterday, Rylan Gullard, an early hit.
Yeah, that's exactly the Rylan Gullard that we're accustomed to seeing, and we didn't see that kind of contact yesterday at all, including a strikeout in the 9th inning. It just looked like he wasn't attacking the pitches that were thrown to him. He did go after the first pitch in this at-bat. He fouled it off, and it was hard hit. And he didn't go after any first pitches yesterday, so that's the aggressive Rylan Gullard we're used to seeing.
Aggressive on the base pass as well. He doesn't break here. His first pitch to Braden Bartholomew in the zone for strike one. Bartholomew's numbers now up to 266, an OPS of 793, and he's driven in 36 runs, far and away the team leader in runs driven in.
Yeah, and it was an interesting day for Bartholomew yesterday. He was 0 for 1, but walked twice and was hit by a pitch in that 9th inning, and that scored a run. So he reached base 3 of the 4 times he was up to the plate.
Healthy lead for Gullard over at first. He'll stay put again, as that's inside to Bart. 4-1. Jackson Dule on deck in the 3-hole. We saw him start hitting second yesterday, so he and Bartholomew trade places. And then Evan Hellner, who had a multi-hit game yesterday, hitting cleanup again. Now Gullard breaks. It's a hit and run. Bartholomew into right field, and it gets down. Gullard held up for a bit, but he'll be into third base safely. Well executed hit and run by Braden Bartholomew.
Yeah, I think he got that in the air a little bit more than he wanted to, and that's what froze Rylan Gullard for just a half second. But Bartholomew did exactly what he needs to do. He takes it the opposite way and allows Rylan Gullard, to have momentum on that hit and run and get to third base. And now first and third with just one gone for Dulé to get some damage, and Bartholomew should be moving at first. And there he goes.
First pitch, he's moving. Throw comes down. Bartholomew out at second. Now they come home. Oh, my goodness. Elevate Northwest just pulled off the defensive play of the year.
Wow. First they get Bartholomew, and then the shortstop just wins around and whips it over to home plate. I think Rylan Gullard thought he was going to score easily. He took a little bit off the gas, but my goodness, what a tandem. Landon Klein behind the dish throws it over to Zach Daniel, the shortstop, who applies the tag, turns around, and whips it back to Klein. That is unbelievable.
So after the Fish Sticks put 2 runners on with 1 down and have all kinds of momentum, that is taken away on 1 pitch. Braden Bartholomew knocked down at second base, and then Rylan Gullard caught trying to steal home on the throw. Now it's the fishing frenzy down the first base line. Big time lead for the team on the near side of us, far side of you.
This is the West Seattle Little League softball team that went on that incredible run, piling up 6 straight wins and having a 45 run differential in those 6 wins to win state.
Maybe an early drop, but that was a close race. And yeah, we're going to go near side. I think Jonah made the right call on that one. You can see us up there on the booth. But let's get another look at this. Oh, my word. That's a perfect throw from Landon Klein over to Zach Daniel. And then Daniel, a 360 back to Klein. Did that tag get a piece of Gullard? I'm not sure Gullard thought so.
I think Gullard was more mad at the fact that he took some off the gas on the way to home plate. It is a close play, but man, that was a stunner. And especially with runners on first and third and just 1 gone, going from that to going to the top half of the second inning with Tilden Sioux up to bat, that is really well executed.
Tilden Sioux to lead off. He was at the plate in the first inning before Akane Nishikawa was picked off. Nishikawa's already brought in a run in this game. Elevate Northwest out in front, 1-0 here at the Friar after 1. Again, 3 scoreless innings from the NYU commit, Tilden Sioux, last night.
And Sioux also sent a long shot back on June 28th, the first time these 2 teams met. It was a 2-run homer in the second inning. It gave himself run support, but after a brilliant showing on the mound yesterday, looking to do the same at the dish.
Pearson goes heater, and it's fouled away by Sioux for strike 2. It's Tilden Sioux, Ethan Swallam, and Jacob Flores due up in the middle of the order.
There's more of the West Seattle Little League squad.
It's turned into a makeshift Little League night here at the ballpark, honoring those 3 teams that went to the state tournament. Peterson's upstairs for ball 2.
Yeah, that was a changeup that just got out and away from Ryder Peterson. He loves that pitch, and it's very effective. He's got that changeup slider duo that he goes to quite often.
Two fouled back by Sioux, making Peterson work for the first out of the second inning.
And Peterson got ahead in 2 of the 3 counts in last inning, and both of which were battled back from Elevate Northwest, showing some grit at the plate, which they did yesterday. They're a tough team to strike out.
2-2 comes from Peterson, and that is a chase and a miss. Daly applies the tag, and that's the second straight inning that Ryder Peterson has started with a strikeout swinging.
Yeah, another great environment. A lot of people here. The ice chest is full once again. Not as full as it was yesterday, but you basically couldn't walk through the ice chest without bumping into someone. It was the last $3 Thursday. It was packed.
Another sellout tonight. Not as many people following up on those ticket sales today as Ryder Peterson finds his own to Ethan Swallam. Swallam caught last night, and with Landon Klein behind the plate today, he is DHing for the Sasquatch. A 1 cuts out for ball 1.
Yeah, there's that slider that Peterson loves to throw low in the zone to try to induce those ground balls.
Does it well, and a big ground ball against the Everett Merchants last time Peterson threw in this building. Runners on second and first and nobody out. Forced a ground ball. There's another one over to Alex Amata at third. Backhand, one-hop throw. Alex Amata has looked so good in the hot corner in the past week.
Yeah, Beckett Turnbow and Alex Amata effectively switched positions about 2 weeks ago. There's a look at some kids in the ballpark, but Alex Amata has been spectacular. He kind of lost that ball in the sun at first, but used the turf to his advantage. There's no bad hops on a turf, and puts that right in front of Braden Bartholomew, who easily makes the scoop.
And here's an interesting tidbit as well. So Alex Amata had the sunnies on for that play and then lost it a little bit. Still ended up making the play, but now the sunnies are off.
And the sun is shining bright, and that means trouble for the left side of the infield and the left fielder.
But are we talking about a rare instance where the sunnies hurt Alex Amata's chances of making that play?
I think that ball just started in the shade, and Kamada couldn't look at it. He literally almost put like a Tyler Lockett safe catch where he dropped to the ground to make sure he could keep the ball in front of him. What do they call that in Madden again?
Possession
catch, that's right.
That's a great analogy as well, because that's exactly what he did. He just did anything to keep it in front of him. It just kind of happened to land in his mitt, and then it was a perfect throw over to Bartholomew.
Again, Tyler Lockett, the master of that.
Yeah, he is. He's the king. Hot shot into right field, and that's going to get down in front of Riley Sonoy. They'll hold Jacob Flores to a single, but another 2-out hit for Elevate Northwest, their third of the day already.
Yeah, this offense is clicking early and often right now, which is not what we've seen over the past 2 games, and that was Flores this time. And even on outs, they have been lacing hard ground balls and line drives. And this Elevate Northwest team is taking the momentum they had yesterday and building on it right now.
We saw Ashton Bergman break for second with 2 down and a runner on first. For now, Flores stays put as first pitch to Zach Daniels outside for ball 1. Owen Fay, the local kid from West Seattle High School, on deck. Likely played in West Seattle, the West Seattle Little League system at some point.
Which means he would have played here.
Yeah. 1-0, Daniel leaves it, and it's strike 1 from Peterson.
And Peterson's done a great job controlling the strike zone right now. He's up to 31 pitches, 18 of which are strikes. But when he's missed, they've been misses that he's wanted. Outside of a few that have gone high in the zone, they're off-speed pitches that dive low, trying to get the batters to chase.
Peterson will check on Flores. Peterson ended the first inning with a pickoff of Kane Nishikawa over at first base. Count still 1-1 to Zach Daniel, the Everett Community College product. And another pick to Flores.
4 stolen bases in last night's game. Bergman had one yesterday. He's already had one today, including a double steal that was executed yesterday by Elevate Northwest. They are not afraid to go.
1-1, Daly reaches outside to handle that. It's ball 2.
Yeah, that changeup for Peterson has gotten away from him a couple of times now. That was another one on that last pitch.
Not the biggest lead for Flores. He still stays put. And the count now runs up to 3 balls and 1 strike to Zach Daniel. Daniel 1 for 3 yesterday, struck out twice. Ahead in the count right here.
Yeah, one of those 2 runs in the 8th inning, that proved to be the difference off that single from Davies.
Chase is up high on what looked like to be ball 4 at first. But Peterson stays alive in this count.
Runner will be taking off at first base now in the form of Jacob Flores, so the outfield will have to be aware of that if they get one in their way.
Flores moving, full count offering is outside. 4 ball 4, so 2 2-out base runners in 2 innings now for the Sasquatch. And after plating 1 in the first, they're threatening for more in the second. That brings up Owen Fay.
Yeah, one thing that the Fish Sticks pitching staff did so well yesterday that helped them stay in the ball game for so long was that they only walked 2 batters and also no hit by pitches. So they were really good at keeping Elevate from getting free base runners. And early walk from Peterson, but not a high walk guy.
First pitch to Fay. Outside for ball 1. Fay pinch hit for Chase Clark, who's on deck right now. Went 0 for 1 yesterday. Fay was followed by Trey Davies, who put the Sasquatch ahead by 4. That was the eventual game-winning hit for Elevate Northwest last night. 0-1 blooped into shallow right center. Turnbow moving back and makes the play. Ryder Peterson out of the second, but not without a scare. Beckett Turnbow handles a tough ball into no man's land.
Yeah, this is something that he's done before this season. It is such a difficult catch, especially battling the sun, and that one saved a run. Great play from Turnbow as we go to the bottom half of the second inning.
For over 15 years, As You Wish Electric has offered the comprehensive electrical solutions Seattle families trust. We are proud to announce that we can now also serve your plumbing, heating, and cooling needs. As we grow, we are committed to delivering the same knowledgeable and friendly experience that earned our spot as the region's top-rated electrical company. Contact As You Wish Electric, Plumbing, Heating, and Air today to learn more.
Once upon a home, in a Seattle bungalow, the Huffs searched on Thumbtack to find their next pro. Now the job is all done, and the table is set. The hot dogs taste better on their fancy new deck. Start your home story on Thumbtack.
Gavin George, Cole Miller, and Zach Hampson, men of the people, throwing out balls to the crowd. Wouldn't hurt our feelings if we got one up here, but 1-0 Elevate Northwest leading the DubSea Fish Sticks heading into the bottom of the second. And the Fish Sticks had runners on first and third with 1 down in the first inning, but just such a well-executed play from the Sasquatch to get out of that frame.
Yeah, it was a 1-2-6-2 double play on the pitch from Barrett, where Bartholomew takes off, and a great play by Klein behind the plate to get Bartholomew at second, but an even better play from Zach Daniel at short to take the pitch, or to take the throw, apply the tag, whip around, and get Ryland Gullard back at home plate. It was every coach's dream to see that one play out.
So Jackson Dulé steps back in. It was the first pitch to Dulé that turned into just that wild ending to the first inning. And I mean, with how last night's game ended up, you thought maybe the Sasquatch were just going to be a little drained from just how emotional that ended up being last night. They have not looked in any fashion drained today.
And it's just such a different showing than we saw on June 28th. It was a 12-3 win for the Fish Sticks, who had it the entire way as Dulé fouls it off. And going into yesterday, Elevate just controlled that game on the mound and did just enough at the plate to secure the win. It was kind of a stunning feeling for the Fish Sticks, who won by 9 runs the first time these two teams met, to see themselves fall behind and not be able to get back into it.
Barrett working quick, and another 2-strike foul from Jackson Dulé. Dulé still working his way back into the lineup after missing a few games over the past couple weeks, hitting .278 this summer. He's driven in 6. Hit .327 in his career at Kentwood High School. 0-2 on the way, and it's outside for ball 1.
A delay returned from about a week-long absence a couple of games ago. There's a look at the... Again, we've seen some fantastic crowds as this season has gone down. Last game of the season tomorrow, it's already a sold-out crowd.
1-2 to Dulé is a blow-by fastball. 4th strike 3, so Nolan Barrett starts 2 straight innings with a K. One of them was a fan batter, Nathan, but it's a nice K right there, and it keeps runners off the backs for Evan Hellner, who just had a great game last night.
Yeah, Barrett's fastball is pretty impressive for a guy his age, entering his junior year of high school at O'Day. And
Hellner takes it opposite field. It's a tough read out there and left, and it gets down. That sun is an issue this evening, and Evan Hellner is in with a stand-up double. Ashton Bergman had all kinds of trouble reading that off the bat. And a runner in scoring position again for the Sticks.
yeah, first pitch swinging, and it looks like it could have been a flyout. You can see Hellner thought it was too before realizing that Bergman just could not find that ball in the sun. Bergman took one step in and then kind of put his hands up briefly like, uh-oh, I can't see this one, and then finally caught it, but it was too late. And you can see, still toying with the sun. He's got the sunglasses on, but right now it's 7:07 local time, and this is, as the sun sets in the west, such a tough time for defenders on the left side of the infield and in the outfield to be able to locate the ball.
Bryce Sonoy watches strike 1 go by. Sonoy pinch hit yesterday for Noah Benedict. Went 1 for 2. Had a hit in that 9th inning that brought home a run to make it a 1-run game. It was the Dix RBI drive-in of the game. And it put Braden Bartholomew 90 feet away from tying it. Ahead of that one, and it's 0-2.
Yeah, rare off-speed from Barrett in this outing, but you can see Sonoy was trying to tee up the fastball and got way on his front foot. Barrett is in control right now. Again, Hellner's double probably should have been an out if the sun wasn't giving Bergman issues.
Barrett ahead 0-2 on Sonoy. That's hard hit over to first base, but just a heck of a play by Tilden Sue. It almost went 5-hole on him, and he's got to almost reach back to make that play, but reads it off the turf. Hellner does advance to third.
It's another great play from Elevate Northwest's infield. It's pretty tough to see a top spinner and ground ball like that off of the turf, and Sue made a last-second adjustment with his body to corral that one, and now there's 2 gone, and Turnbow, who was the last batter in yesterday's game, another opportunity to get an RBI.
Turnbow saved a run in the top half of the second, tracking back into right center. It was a hit that mirrored Riley Sonoy's base hit from the 9th inning last night, and Turnbow kind of just stuck his glove out and made the play. Didn't even have to be facing the right direction. In an even count, 1-1 against Barrett right here. There's Evan Hellner on third base.
And Hellner had a one off the wall yesterday that he tried to leg out into a double before he got called out.
That gets by Landon Klein, but such a short backstop. Hellner had no thoughts of breaking for home. (2-1) to Turnbow, who's currently sitting at a .304 average. He's driven in 12 this summer. He drove in 4 a week ago on the 24th against the Everett Merchants. Chases up high for strike 2. Beg your pardon.
Seems like he's been under a few pitches in the past couple of days. It was back-to-back sticks of the game last week. You mentioned that 4 RBI game he had. And now I think he's starting to think long ball because he was so hot. He's been under a few pitches, but obviously a very talented hitter. He's made adjustments.
Runner on third, 2 down. 2-2 to Turnbow. He is outside for ball 3. Tyler Eisenhut on deck for the Sticks. Eisenhut saw 1 pitch yesterday in a pinch hit opportunity. It hit him right in the left bicep. And he took his base, ended up scoring in that 3-run 9th. Payoff to Turnbow is fouled straight into the turf.
Really good battle off there from Turnbow. That pitch might have been off the zone, but it was just too close to call, and in a 2-strike count, you got to foul that one off. Didn't put his best charge into it, but does stay alive.
This will be pitch number 7 between Barrett and Beckett. 6'5" Nolan Barrett comes home. Grounded hotly at Zach Daniel. Mishandle. Throw to first. Gets by Sue. Fish Sticks have tied it up on an error.
Yeah, that was hit pretty sharply towards Daniel, as this game is now tied up. But Daniel did his best. It was a hard ground ball. He knocked it down, gets it, fires it. It would have been in time, but Tilden Sue kind of missed that one. That was very catchable. He did have to lean down to grab it, but there was no pick or anything. But he kind of just missed it. So not sure if that's going to go down as an error on Sue at first or Daniel at short, or likely go down on Daniel, but that was a play that definitely could have been made, and it cost Elevate a run.
Turnbow now breaks for third. Pitch runs inside, and that throw is into left field from Klein. Turnbow quickly up, and he scores easily. Defensive miscues from the Sasquatch, and the Fish Sticks have the lead.
Man, what a quick turn of events for Beckett Turnbow, who probably should have been out at first base on the last play. Advances to second. Next pitch takes off for third base, and I don't think Landon Klein had any idea he was going to do that, and it just ran way away from him. Don't think Victor Wembanyama sitting on top of a giraffe would have been able to catch that ball as it goes into left field, and just like that, he's around, and it's 2-1 Fish Sticks.
2 unearned runs in the second. Evan Hellner a double, and then Beckett Turnbow part of both runs. He brings home a run on an E6 by Zach Daniel that really should not have been an E6. Throw was in time and just got by Tilden Sue at first, and then Turnbow breaks for third. He had the bag, and Landon Klein's throw was just into the stratosphere. 1-1 to Eisenhut. Almost goes after it, but it's ball 2. That's a good hold.
It's interesting, they usually have Eisenhut playing second base, but Turnbow's been getting a ton of reps at second to end the season.
2-1 to Eisenhut. Grounded over to Zach Daniel. He gets another chance to end this inning, and that one is clean. The Fish Sticks have their first lead of the series. They lead 2-1 through 2 at the Friar tonight, and Beckett Turnbow, a hard hit ball that Zach Daniel has trouble fielding, and then the throw just slips by Tilden Sue. That scores Evan Hellner. And then Turnbow just does the second one himself, steals third, and takes home on the bad throw.
Yeah, that throw had no chance, and Turnbow right away noticed that and just wreaks havoc on the base paths. 2 pitches is all it took for him to go from first to second, and then the next pitch from third to home.
So now it's time for some tug of war. A classic, and we've got some West Seattle Little Leaguers down there.
Oh,
right
my
side's
goodness.
got a huge, oh wow, this is dominant.
That's the quickest one we've seen this summer.
That's a demoralizing loss for the left side, because if you've ever been on a Little League team, they will never live that down.
Demoralizing losses for us yesterday, too.
Yeah,
and
well,
the challenges
didn't have to
we
bring
had.
those up, but yes, we did both lose. Yours was a lot closer, but mine was also a lot less fair.
Yours was more colluded.
Yeah, mine was
fixed.
We compared it to FIFA. We compared our entertainment team to FIFA and just how corrupt they are, because Roshan and his team are just they're out here always trying to make fan experience worse. No, of course I'm kidding. They are so good at what they do, and I don't think I've ever seen Roshan Bratt bored. He's always doing something.
It's tough. It's really tough to put on everything that's going on, and we need to shout him out because it is hard work.
There's the Little League team that just won the tug of war decisively.
Yeah.
Just a dominant performance. Also, about 3 rows in front of us here at the broadcast table, we've got a Little Leaguer that has the last name Klingon. You think any relation to Donovan down in Portland?
I don't know. He's wearing the number 12, though.
Yeah. The parallels are endless as Ryder Peterson misses outside for ball 1 to chase Clark. Clark, the 10 hitter today, so it's Clark and then back to the top of the order with Julian Gonzalez and Landon Klein here in the third. Peterson gets some run support in the second and comes back out with a 2-1 lead.
Clark ripped a double in yesterday's game and was really well disciplined at the dish yesterday.
That one gets by Daly for ball 2. That was pitch number 39 for Ryder Peterson in this game. And we saw Hawthorne Moody, who, is a bullpen arm, go 6 strong innings yesterday and really had as long of a leash as you could possibly have for this team, as Clark is way off balance for strike 2 right there. But we saw Moody go 6 deep, and now Ryder Peterson might be looking to do the same tonight.
Great looking off-speed pitch from Peterson to get Clark to whiff. He was way out on the front foot.
2-2 on the way, and Clark chases that same pitch again. Elevate Northwest has led off all 3 innings with a strikeout swinging today.
Yeah, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Clark whiffed on, as you said, that exact same pitch in basically the exact same location. Peterson goes straight back to it, and those are the misses that he's been having at the plate in the first 2 innings. Has been the off-speed that dips down in the zone, and that's exactly why he just tries to get batters to chase, and it works to perfection there.
I have horrible news for about 3 people watching. Mo Odom has entered the transfer portal.
Oh, no.
Mo Odom, one of those guys that got grandfathered in.
No.
And
that is
an Arizona State
so
Colt
tragic.
legend.
That actually, because you
is
covered
not
him.
coming back.
You covered him last year. You said how great of a guy he was. And a bunch of those fifth-year players, as we mentioned, are hitting the portal, including Donovan Dent from UCLA. But Mo Odom is someone that you've talked about as just being such a great person. He is departing.
The best dude ever. And he is also just like the bright light about that Arizona State basketball season.
Wow.
It appears that he will not be coming back, as the 1-1 to Gonzalez is outside for ball 2. Isn't that just going to be chaos in college sports if that holds up, though?
It is. But if both Donovan Dent and Jordan Pope end up going to the Zags, we'll be back in the top 5 preseason polls. And
yeah. Undermining the pillars of college sports as we know them, but Gonzaga will be a top 5 team once again. 3-1 to Julian Gonzalez. Gonzalez struck out swinging first time up.
There's Connor Lee.
Crispy doing tricks with a rubber band around his finger, which is probably about the extent of his tricks.
Look at those shades on Connor. Looks like a movie star.
Could we get a frat flick out of Connor tonight? As that's grounded over to Turnbow, and that's routine 4-3 for out number 2. So Ryder Peterson has started every single inning with back-to-back outs, but Elevate Northwest put a couple on and scored a run in the first, then put a couple more on in the second. It took a whale of a play from Beckett Turnbow to keep them off the scoreboard in that second inning.
No frat flick cam just yet from Connor Lee.
We'll get it.
We will get it.
We'll get it. Here's Landon Klein. Klein 0 for 1 on the day so far. Flew out to Gullard and fouls off the first pitch. It was also Klein that tried to get Beckett Turnbow at third and almost put the ball in the playground out past the left field fence, and Turnbow came around to score and gave the Fish Sticks the lead in the second inning. That's down low for ball 1.
As you mentioned, Peterson has done such a nice job at getting the first 2 outs of the inning, including 3 Ks, all of which have come on the first batter. And then Elevate Northwest just refusing to go away in both of the first 2 innings. We'll see if Peterson can get out of this one.
Also, what about just the differences in defensive plays for Klein in this game? He and Zach Daniel turned one of the best web gems we've seen all year at the Friar to end the first inning on a 2-6-2 double play. And then his throw brings in Turnbow in the second. Counts 2-1 to him right here. Daly tries to frame it, but it misses for ball 3. Klein ahead. It was a 3-1 count where Gonzalez just grounded over to Turnbow. Last batter,
That's what happened back in the first, is that Peterson walked the third batter of the inning, who would eventually come around to score.
And Klein gets aboard via walk right here. That'll bring up Bergman, who was that runner that ended up scoring in the first inning. A base hit up the middle that Beckett Turnbow fielded and then just could not get to first in time. It surely went down as a hit.
It did on Game Changer. Never worry.
Klein breaks on the first pitch, throws in the dirt, and Daly has no choice but to eat it. More action on the base path for the Sasquatch.
Yeah, they've got 2 stolen bases already after the 4 they had yesterday. And again, just taking off on the first pitch. And the Fish Sticks have really struggled in the month of July at holding base runners on and catching them stealing base paths.
1-0 from Peterson. Paints the outside third. For strike one to Bergman. Again, Bergman 1 for 1 in this game. Had a double last night that brought home the first run of the contest in the fourth. At the same time, I was reeling from my defeat in the Build-A-Burger Challenge.
Right. And I was preparing to take a loss to Crispy.
Take a big L.
I would like a rematch.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's how it works. I don't think we want to destroy another jersey of Crispies tonight. No one covering the bag at second. Klein stays, and the 1-1 is up in the attic for ball 2.
Deja vu right now for Ryder Peterson. Calmly gets through the first 2 outs of the inning, and then suddenly, with 2 gone, the chaos starting to erupt.
Kane Nishikawa on deck, the last guy you want to see if you're the Fish Sticks. Peterson finds the zone for strike 2. Definitely interesting that Bergman didn't go after that in a somewhat hitter's count, and now the count is even.
And Peterson likely going to go with an off-speed pitch to try to throw Bergman off balance once again.
Let's see if Kyle's right here. 2-2 from Peterson is fouled away.
I think Bergman was thinking what I was thinking and kind of put a late charge on that fastball. It was just like a give-up swing there to just foul it off and stay alive. I think he was also expecting off-speed.
Another 2-2 on the way. Peterson's pitch count all the way up to 58 already. This will be a big out right here of Bergman. Another 2-2, and that hits him square in the tailbone. He will take first base.
And that time Peterson went with the off speed and it just slipped out of his grip and catches a piece of Bergman, who does so well to stay alive in the count. And now, once again, 2 base runners on, both of which came on with 2 outs. And Nishikawa, after 3 hits yesterday, is 1 for 1 already today with a hard single up the middle.
That makes it 6 base runners in this game for the Sasquatch. All of them have reached with 2 down. Kane Nishikawa has the RBI in this game. Looking to recreate that right here. Peterson, that's a nice pitch for strike 1. Nishikawa heading to the West Coast Conference at Pacific.
Rest in peace.
In Stockton, California. You ever been to Stockton?
I have not, but I haven't heard great things.
Neither have I. 0-1 on the way to Kane, and that is up and out for ball 1.
There have been some great baseball players that have played at Pacific. Nishikawa's going to have an opportunity to become another, and if he's anything like we've been seeing the last couple of days, he should have a grand freshman season over there.
Both him and Ethan Swallam are heading to play for the Tigers on this team. Klein breaks for third. Throw from Daly. It's a nice one, but it's not in time. Another stolen bag for the Sasquatch, and make it 2 as Ashton Bergman advances to second.
Man, the Elevate is just running all over the Fish Sticks in this series, and another double steal to get 2 runners in scoring position, and with Nishikawa up to the plate, this is danger.
Nishikawa watches strike 2, and In a 2-2 count, you've got Kane Nishikawa on the ropes right here if you're Ryder Peterson. Probably thinking about that off-speed that you were just talking about with Ashton Bergman at the plate. There is an open bag, but you want to go after Nishikawa in a 2-strike count right here. 2-2 comes home, and it's outside. We'll have a payoff.
And the runners will be moving, so more than likely.
I'm not sure the runners will be moving here, Kyle.
3-2 with 2 outs?
Why would the runner on third come home?
Well, he would be moving on the pitch.
I see.
Yeah.
I see. That makes sense now.
Yep.
Payoff on the way. Peterson forces a foul off from Nishikawa. We'll have to do it all over again. This is just kind of been the trademark for the Sasquatch today. Won't go away in these innings.
He only struck out 6 times in 35 plate appearances yesterday. And have proven to be a tough out and have gotten a lot of deep counts against Peterson, who's up to 65 pitches.
And that is wild. 4-4. So Nishikawa wins the battle. Bases loaded. 2 down for the Sasquatch. Now 7 2-out base runners in this game. Still all of the base runners for the Sasquatch on the evening. And Tilden Sioux comes up in a big spot. Bases loaded here in the third.
Sioux, who's already got a home run in this season series, has some opportunity to regain this lead.
Sioux is 0 for 1. He struck out earlier in this game as Ryder Peterson and Jake Daly will talk things over for this at-bat. Peterson gave up 1 in the first inning. It was a base hit from Kane Nishikawa that scored Ashton Bergman, and then stranded 2 in the second, now in a bases loaded jam here in the third. And the pitch count continues to rise for him. He's now at 66 in 2 2/3.
More than likely action going on in the bullpen. We can't see it, but this will likely be the last out for Peterson.
Sioux watches ball 1 to start his second at-bat of the day. Fish Sticks took their first lead of the series in the bottom of the second. Sasquatch looking to take it right back right here. A base hit would likely score 2 with 2 down. 1-0 to Sioux is grounded foul over towards the Founders box.
3 seats in the Founders box today. It's a great seat. Probably the best in the house. If I had to choose one place to sit here at the Friar, it would probably be one of those 3, I think they're recliners, but are not
They're
reclined.
at least very comfy chairs.
They are. Not bleachers, which are not uncomfortable, but
1-1, and Sioux lets it go for strike 2. So another 2-strike count for Ryder Peterson, his 3rd straight. He hit Ashton Bergman in a 2-strike count, and then walked Kane Nishikawa on a full count. Founders box in a ice chest that is filled up pretty well on this Friday evening. 1-2 coming to Tilden Sioux. Ryder Peterson looking for an escape. He's got it. Peterson strands, the bag's packed. Fish Sticks still out in front through the top of the third.
yeah, Ryder Peterson, the pressure king, puts pressure on with 2 down and a 1-2 pitch. Goes with the changeup. Sioux wasn't able to get to it, and through 3 innings, only 1 run for Ryder Peterson. The Sticks still with the lead.
You ever wonder how Crispy gets to the Friar for games? He uses King County Metro's Rapid Ride H-Line. King County Metro, the official commute of your DubSea Fish Sticks.
Once upon a home in the Issaquah Highlands, the Parkers used Thumbtack for a new kitchen island. Now the pizza is cooking and the kids are excited. Thank goodness for Thumbtack and all it provided. Start your home story on Thumbtack.
T-shirt mania in the fryer. There's Jake Rolling. We will get the chance to talk to him at some point during this game, but Jake Rolling, Tyler Eisenhut, who's in the lineup tonight. Both throwing T-shirts here at Mel Olson Stadium, and Connor Lee just filming away.
Yep. Film or scroll. Look at that Frozen jersey. We saw the last of the Frozen jerseys yesterday in the last $3 Thursday game of the year, which was a thriller. It did not go the Fish Sticks way, but man, what a show yesterday. And what a show Donovan Dent's going to be next year in the McCarthy Athletic Center.
How many times are you going to slip that one into the broadcast tonight?
I am just waiting for the notification.
Great work from Rolling, Eisenhut, and Cooley, my favorite law firm. And the bottom of the third is ready to roll. Noah Kung coming up for the first time. It's Kung, Daly, Hamada, 8, 9, 10 due up for the Sticks. Kung goes after the first offering from big Nolan Barrett, and it's strike one.
Yeah, Barrett has been operating really well through his first 2 innings. 21 of his 30 pitches have been strikes, and he's struck out 2.
2 runs, both unearned. In that second, Kung chops that high off the turf. Nishikawa on to first, and it gets by Sue again. That's another makeable play for Tilden Sue at first base, and he just can't handle it.
Yeah, that'll go down as an error on Nishikawa, most likely. But this is a tough play for Nishikawa, who made the game-winning play yesterday. He throws it over to Sue, and I mean, that will go down on Nishikawa for sure, but that's a tough one for Sue to make, but it's something that maybe you expect first baseman to help out Nishikawa on that tough play and that quick transfer. That's the second time that ball's gotten away from Sue.
And at least get a glove on it if you're Tilden Sue. That's the second time that he's just whiffed on a throw over there, and it's turned into an extra base for a Fish Sticks runner. It was Beckett Turnbow in the second who eventually came home to score on another error by Elevate Northwest, and then Noah Kung just now. That's the third error of the game for the Sasquatch on a night where they've also made some incredible plays with the gloves. Counts 1-1 to Jake Daly.
Yeah, check swing was called a strike. Umpire at second base and third base, so the umpire at second made the call, but I believe he did go.
That's a tough one still for Daly, with no one having a good look at it. 1-1 on the way. Daly takes 4-2. Daly's got one of the best eyes on this team. I think we can pretty objectively say that. And he started to swing the stick so well. He was stick of the game on Tuesday up in Everett. Got the rally started in the ninth yesterday, reaching on an error out by Zach Daniel, who's at short again today.
Yeah, he's got 6 walks this year to just 5 Ks. A really low strikeout guy, and that's really nice to see from Daly, who is really starting to pick it up at the plate this week.
Allen runs in on him. Sounded like it might have caught a piece, but didn't quite graze him.
And a couple of weeks ago against the Studs, he walked 3 times and then was 2 for 2 with a couple of doubles on Tuesday against the Everett Merchants and was stick of the game in that one.
Comes up with a runner on second, nobody gone. And a 2-2 count right here with Barrett, and that's painted for strike 3 called. Nolan Barrett's got the first out of the third.
And that's a tough one. That one looked away from the plate on the pitch. And I don't blame Daly for maybe being a little disgruntled, as there's the Rainiers. Again, Rainier had an extravaganza out in the beer garden yesterday.
Never a bad time to give them some free marketing here at the Friar. Here's Alex Amato with the infield shifted heavily to his pull side. And he goes after the first pitch. It's fouled back for strike 1. Rylan Gullard on deck, who's already got a hit in this game. Hamada currently sitting at a 225 average. He's driven in 10 on the summer. And similar to Daly, this is a guy that's really turned the corner at the plate in the back third of the season. Now he shows bunt, lays it down off his shin. So that'll be strike 2.
Yeah, it looks like it actually was going to be another great bunt. Alex Hamada has laid down some absolute beauties of bunts this year. And that one does hit off the foot, and you can see Mark Lynn telling him, all right, swing away. Trying to get Kung from second to third with 2 gone. That wouldn't have been the biggest 90 feet ever, but Hamada does have a hot bat.
0-2 to Hamada, and he chases a little early to the off-speed from Barrett, who K's Daly and Hamada back-to-back.
Yeah, that's a tough one for Hamada to try to recover from being down 0-2, especially after showing bunt.
Here's Rylan Gullard once again. 1 for 1 for Gullard today with a base hit on a hard hit line drive out to center, and then was part of that wacky play that ended the first. He tried to steal home after the throw went down to second for Braden Bartholomew, and Elevate Northwest just turned a double play. Simple as that. 2-6-2 to end that first inning. Just an improbable turn with the speed of Bartholomew and Gullard taken into account. One is down in the turf. Good pick by Klein.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy to talk about that play now because Elevate Northwest has 3 errors already in this game, and we're not through the end of the third, and that one saved a run, but both of Nolan Barrett's runs right now are unearned because of those errors.
And Noah Kung is on second base thanks to an error as well that started this third inning. So if Kung does come around to score, that would be another unearned run on Nolan Barrett. 1-1 to Gullard, and Klein's got his work cut out for him right now. He goes and gets another wild one on ball 2. Again, Barrett, 6'5", 220, and he's 16 years old.
That is a frame that will pop you to the Division I level, and it's working out with the elevated velocity at just a junior in high school.
2-1, Gullard didn't like the strike 2 call right there. He'll step back in at an even count. The beers are flowing over in the ice chest tonight.
What a sight that is.
Legally, I cannot say anything about that. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2-1. The Fish Sticks lead on 2 hits today and 3 errors from the Sasquatch. Barrett breaking stuff is fouled back by Gullard.
Yeah, it was a swing to stay alive for Gullard. He was thinking that one maybe might catch a piece of the inside top corner, and so he just fouls it off with the knob of his bat.
Another 2-2 on the way to Gullard. Such a tough guy to strike out in this lineup. And he gets a chase right there. So after Noah Kung reaches on an error to start the third, 3 straight Ks from Nolan Barrett keeps the Fish Sticks off the board. In the third, they still lead 2-1.
Really good stuff from Nolan Barrett to strike out Rylan Gullard, who we were just talking about is such a hard guy to strike out. And stranding that runner at second was pretty crucial, as now the potato sack race going on down the third base line. Once again featuring some of the players from the state champs of Little League Softball representing West Seattle.
This will also be the first look at Sam Courtney on the mound in a Fish Sticks uniform. But West Seattle Softball Little League, the state champions of Washington for the 11U division in the potato sack race, and pretty clear winner today. So Sam Courtney on the mound for the Sticks. This is about as late of an addition as you can possibly have to a baseball team. Courtney just joined the roster yesterday. Recently graduated from Woodinville High School, and he's headed to Everett Community College next season. Also seems to lose his hat a lot. At least in his warm-up, he might take Jaden Palacios' crown as the shakiest hat in the rotation.
Oh, he might have. He's got a long way to go for that one. But an elevated velocity as a freshman as he loses the hat once again. might be facing some future Everett Community College teammates in this Elevate Northwest lineup. But a talented guy coming in, as you said, probably as late as you can, on one game away from as late as you can in the season. So getting some reps here tonight.
Courtney will face Ethan Swallam, Jacob Flores, and then his future teammate down at Everett CC, Zach Daniel, here in the fourth. 2-1 Fish Sticks lead the Sasquatch through 3, and it has just been an odd game to say the least.
One run in the first inning, and it looked like the Sasquatch were off and running after the momentum they built from yesterday's game, and then 2 unearned runs led up by Nolan Barrett. In the bottom half of the second inning, it was just chaos orchestrated by Beckett Turnbow, who drove in a run on an error and then stole third, and a throw was high, and then he comes home on that throw, and it's a 2-1 lead. So 3 hits for the Sasquatch, 2 hits for the Sticks, and 3 errors for Elevate Northwest.
Only 1 extra base hit between these two squads, and it was on a ball hit by Evan Hellner that Ashton Bergman just couldn't see in the sun. Hellner did come around to score in that fourth, and Sam Courtney's first offering of the summer with the Sticks is strike 1 to Ethan Swallam. Swallam grounded out to Hamada first time up. And that's up the middle. That's a base hit for the future Pacific Tiger.
Yeah, the 2 Pacific Tigers, Ishikawa and Swallam, now both with hits in this game. And that was just a nice piece of hitting. Take it right back up the middle. Stays balanced, a little low in the zone, and it's exactly what you need to do.
How to bring up Jacob Flores from Mount Si High School, where the Northwest Hawkers of the PIL play their home games. Talk about views at a baseball stadium. Go up to Mount Si for a game.
Or go down to Mount Si for a game. Or east.
It would also be up, because I would assume that with how close we are to the coastline here, and once you kind of start moving up I-90 into the mountains, it's probably up in some regard.
2 non-Seattleites. I'm talking like non-Seattleites right now.
You see my argument.
I
though,
do.
right?
I do see.
We're close to the water. We're closer to the water than they are. It's kind of my reasoning there. 0-1 to Flores is up high. 4-1. Flores a base hit in the second, and
oh man,
the grease is
Oof.
hot. This is hot.
That gets someone going. A guy like me.
Yeah. Don't Joe Crispy that, though. 1-1. Courtney breaks it in, and a delayed seal from Swallam is true. So another runner in scoring position. Swallam is the first base runner in any fashion for the Sasquatch that did not reach with 2 down. And now a runner on scoring position with nobody gone for the Sasquatch.
Man. 5th stolen base of the game already for Elevate Northwest. They executed a double steal last inning and now already have another.
1-2 on the way from Courtney, and that is just jammed over to Noah Kung. That's a long throw, and it won't beat Flores to the bag. Kung keeps Swallam at second, but 2 base hits to start the fourth for Elevate Northwest.
Yeah, great piece of running from Flores to get over to first, but man, Swallam should be at third base right now. Noah Kung wasn't even thinking about checking over at second, and Swallam would have either A, beat the throw if Noah Kung was just going to throw to third, or B, should have advanced on that throw across the diamond. So fortunate for the Sticks that Swallam's still at second.
Zach Daniel now shows bunt. Instantly pulls back, and it's strike 1 from Courtney, his future teammate down at Everett CC. Daniel worked a walk back in the second inning. One of 3 walks issued by Ryder Peterson. Not his cleanest day by any means. A 1 from Courtney. Daniel showing bunt again, and that is going to bounce foul. Hamada lets it go, and Daniel behind 0-2.
And we saw Alex Hamada in this exact situation in the bottom of the third. He showed bunt once and then pulled away and then hit one foul and was down 0-2, and it threw him off balance and ended up striking out. So Courtney trying to do the same right here to Daniel to try to get his first out as a fish stick.
Runners on second and first and nobody gone. A ground ball will be huge right now for Sam Courtney. Ahead 0-2 on Daniel, and that is a huge chase down in the turf for the first out of the inning, and that's a big K right there because no runners advance.
Taking the Ryder Peterson route, wants to maybe feel a little bit of pressure before finally starting to dial in, and Peterson was able to get out of a jam in the top of the third, and now Courtney trying to do the same.
Got to bring up Owen Fay, who looked like he might have driven in at least a run in the second inning with a bloop into right center, but Beckett Turnbow robbed him of an RBI. Kind of just flipped his glove out in front of him with his back to home plate and ended the top of the second. First pitch to Fay, his second time around, is strike one. There's a view of the sunset here from Mel Olson Stadium, and just another beautiful night for some baseball at the Friar. Only two more of these, Kyle.
It's crazy.
Where did they all go?
It's crazy we're already here. Late July already is just nuts.
First day of August means the last day of Fish Sticks baseball for the summer. That'll be tomorrow against this same Elevate Northwest squad. You can catch that 6:05 first pitch right here on the Fish Sticks Network with Kyle and I. Counts 2-1 and Courtney loses his hat. We're now at 8 on the hat counter. Thank you to our wonderful broadcast team for keeping track of that.
Perfect.
And Tyson Martin, one of the guys in the room for us, asked me over under 10, and I did take over. I, quote, have never seen a talent like this. 2-1, hat stays on, but ball gets down, and Elevate Northwest will tie this game. That's out into right field to Riley Sonoy. Flores advances to third. Swallow scores standing up. And there's the RBI for Owen Fay.
Just another great piece of hitting from this Elevate lineup in this game. They only had 8 hits in yesterday's contest. They've got 6 already. And 8 hits isn't a small number for this team, but it seemed like they were kind of just trudging offensively as their pitching staff held the Fish Sticks in check and helped Elevate Northwest kind of grow a lead in the 8th inning. But right now, this offense is jumping all over Ryder Peterson and now Sam Courtney. And 3-2 ball game after that go-ahead 2-run RBI is now Rodrigo Montano is coming up to the mound.
I have no idea why it says 3-2. That hit scored 1, so it is a 2-2 ball game here at the Friar. It is a tie game. We've got that sorted out. Just a mistake here on the in-stadium scoreboard. And like you said, Rodrigo Montano now on the hill for the Fish Sticks. This is one of the guys that we've really seen flex his muscles in the two-way department the most this year, alongside Beckett Turnbow, who's done quite a bit of that, Isaac Watson and Luke Parker, a couple others. But Montano, a 2.77 ERA in 13 innings. It's been really good stuff for him.
It has been, and he's made clutch hits at the batter's box, and now comes in and has really been a super underrated arm this season. As you mentioned, just a 2.77 ERA for Rodrigo Montano this year, which includes a lot of late inning masterclasses from him as well. The lefty, incoming freshman going to the Colorado School of Mines. Another opportunity to shout out the RMAC.
And a great opportunity to shout out Daft Punk as well. He's got a Daft Punk walkout song. That's incredible. And hopefully Rodrigo Montano will help me bring Daft Punk back.
Montano hasn't pitched since July 18th, so almost 2 weeks since his last appearance on the mound, but it was a really good one. It was 3 1/3 innings against the Northwest Honkers. Let up just 1 hit in those 3 1/3 and let up no earned runs. Did walk 3, but struck out 4 as well.
He kept the Fish Sticks in that game where they just had no life before a 5-run 8th. They ended up winning 7-6, and Montano was almost the stick of the game as a relief pitcher in that one.
And he has done that this season.
He has been stick of the game. It was with the bat. Just a colossal hit to give the Sticks a 9-8 lead over the Seattle Studs. We talk about it every time we see him, just because of what a moment that was. Tie ball game here at the Friar. Runners on the corners and one down for Chase Clark. And first pitch from Montano is in there for strike one.
That's what Montano does so well, is just continuously punch the zone.
Ground ball would likely end the inning if it's in the right spot, and Montano ahead on Clark 0-2. Clark struck out swinging back in the third. Looking to avoid that right here, but he's quickly behind.
And that was on an off-speed pitch from Ryder Peterson that dove away from the zone. We'll see if Montano goes to a pitch similar to that.
Lefty Montano goes with the breaking stuff. It's over to Braden Bartholomew. All he can do is tag first base, and Elevate Northwest has taken the lead right back here in the fourth. It's 3-2.
Montano did go with the breaking stuff low in the zone, and really nicely done to just bat that from Chase Clark and just get a piece over to first base. Does his job beautifully. And there's the second run of the inning, and now it's 3-2 Elevate Northwest, who are continuing to impress us up at the booth on the offensive end tonight.
Montano does his job, but the run does score from third base. Another runner in scoring position. There's another ground ball, and Beckett Turnbow fields it off the short hop, heads on over to first. And Rodrigo Montano, 2 quick outs in the fourth, but the Sasquatch get to Sam Courtney, and they now lead 3-2. Turnbow ends the top half of the fourth, and Bart Dulé-Hellner.
Oh, sweet. Thanks, Crispy.
For over 15 years, As You Wish Electric has offered the comprehensive electrical solutions Seattle families trust. We are proud to announce that we can now also serve your plumbing, heating, and cooling needs. As we grow, we are committed to delivering the same knowledgeable and friendly experience that earned our spot as the region's top-rated electrical company. Contact As You Wish Electric, Plumbing, Heating, and Air today to learn more.
It's been a back-and-forth affair here at the Friar, and Elevate Northwest has taken the lead back. They lead the DubSea Fish Sticks 3-2 as we head into the bottom of the fourth. And that will be the day for Nolan Barrett, the starter. Elevate Northwest going with the same kind of structure on the mound today. The starter goes 3 innings, and then Miles Chandler coming into this game, a graduate of West Seattle High School from Saddleback College. He'll come in to go length. I mean, that's what we expect out of Miles Chandler right here, given what Tilden Sioux was able to do in last night's game, and those pitchers were just so good up until the ninth, and Nolan Barrett was good in his own right as well.
He really was, and 2 unearned runs. Didn't get much help from the infield for Elevate Northwest. 3 errors in the field. That is kind of why the Sticks have been able to stick around, per se. But now, after a brilliant showing on the mound from 4 different pitchers for Elevate Northwest, Nolan Barrett does the same, and Miles Chandler looking to keep up that momentum.
Braden Bartholomew, Jackson Dulé, and Evan Hellner, 2-3-4, set to go in the fourth for the Sticks. It was Evan Hellner that hit a double in the second and eventually came around to score on an error. One of the 2 runs in this game for the Sticks. Saddleback College in Mission Viejo, California. That's where Miles Chandler comes from. Mascot, any guesses?
Oof.
It's a pretty basic one.
Pretty basic one for Saddleback. I got to think that Saddleback, they're thinking horses or racing or something. Broncos?
You'd be absolutely wrong. They're the Bobcats. As the 2-1 is grounded over to Zach Daniel, and Bartholomew is out at first.
You would kind of get where I'm coming from, though.
Oh,
right?
absolutely.
I'd
saddle
like to,
horses.
Yeah.
You know, very closely associated concepts. But speaking of colleges that are named the Bobcats, I wanted to shout out Harrison in our broadcast room. I had no idea he went to Montana State until yesterday, and he's in the Spirit of the West marching band, which is like the best band ever.
Yeah.
And go Bobcats, man. Love Bobcat football.
There we go.
They're going back-to-back this year.
Pride of Stevensville. Taco Dowler enthusiasts.
Taco. The GOAT. 0-2 to Dule. Here on Miles Chandler. He gets Braden Bartholomew to ground out.
Oh, here we go. We're about to get a view of Harrison in the booth, I believe. You get a little inside view. I don't think we've shown the community the view from inside of there, everything that's going on.
It's another grounder to Daniel. He's got to charge in on this one, and Dule's speed is too much. That should go down as an E6, and that'll be the 4th error of this game for the Sasquatch. There's a look at our broadcast room. There's Harrison.
Yep.
Go Bobcats.
There's Connor on the left. Harrison. Oni was right next to Harrison, and then Tyson is all the way on the far right. Oni showing the W for UW. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on back there, and we love to shout them out because they do a great job.
First pitch to Evan Hellner is down low for ball 1. Again, Hellner 1 for 1 in this game with a double. Had a multi-hit game last night. Having a great weekend series to this point. And he's ahead 2-0 on Chandler. So now with the runner on, Chandler, who just lived in the zone to start his outing, is falling behind Evan Hellner right here. It was this part of the lineup that brought home those 2 runs, neither of which were earned. Hellner, usually we see a big cut from him in a count like 2-0, but that time he leaves the fastball for strike 1.
Yeah, I was just about to say the same thing. You see him kind of check his swing, hesitate a little bit, and he has popped out multiple times over the past week on this exact same count. So he goes with the little safer strategy. We'll see if it pays off.
2-1, and that misses by a lot. Dule heading for second, and he's out by a mile. Fish Sticks go delayed steal, and Landon Klein is all over it.
We saw a perfectly executed delayed steal from Elevate Northwest in this one. That time, Landon Klein, who has had a phenomenal game behind the dish, throwing out base runners at second base, did overthrow Beckett Turnbow, stealing third base. That cost a run, but another one. 0 for 2 now are the Fish Sticks stealing second base.
That should be ball 4, and Evan Hellner didn't know it until just now. So Hellner reaches base, and now that makes losing Dule on the base pass a killer. Oh, I would not do that if I were you. We've already had our fun with Jacob Swanson.
I think he knows.
For the Redmond Dudes.
The guy on the far right knows exactly what's about to come to him if he were to execute
the
hot
Swanson.
dog. Yeah, the Swanson is what we say.
First pitch to Riley Sonoy is in there for strike 1. That is just not what you want to do at this ballpark.
No. And we're going to train our cameras right in that dugout.
3 choices today, so not a lack of opportunity. As Sonoy falls behind 0-2, Sonoy grounded out over to the first baseman, Tilden Sue, first time up. It's been such a bipolar day with the gloves for Elevate Northwest. Tilden Sue, maybe the most bipolar of all. A really nice play to retire Sonoy last time up and then let 2 throws from his infield just get by. Both plays were very attainable.
What I would do right now for a hot dog and a Diet Coke. Beyond the measures of my imagination.
Sonoy fouls that off. It catches a piece of Klein on the way by. Count stays put at 1-2. There's Beckett Turnbow. He's on deck right now.
There's my arch nemesis.
Crispy looking to lock up a winning record on the summer. He sits at 12-11. A win today would guarantee an over 500 mark for Crispy this summer. And it was not looking good at the early stages. He was 4-10 at one point. 1-2 to Sonoy is outside for ball 2. And obviously, you know, it's a very nice comeback from Crispy, but I really don't think that meets his standards.
It doesn't meet my standard that I wasn't able to beat him yesterday, but shout out to President Justin Moser, who had absolutely zero faith in me yesterday, which he told me before the game today. So he said I was surprising. Not sure what to think of that.
That breaks in against Sonoy, and Miles Chandler twirls a scoreless 4th. Sorry to walk all over your feet.
Oh, no,
right
no,
there,
I didn't even. That looks like a ball at first.
That's in there for strike 3. Just nasty stuff from Chandler to sit down Sonoy. And the Sasquatch take a 3-2 lead into the 5th. And Crispy looking to improve to 13-11. Today it's Christian from Chicago. So your title of furthest distance travel to race Crispy only lasts a single day.
Hopefully he has a different result, and it doesn't look like that.
Crispy's got a nice jump. And Crispy's got a big lead. Christian,
my goodness,
is holding up something. We got to give it to Kyle. Oh!
My goodness.
Oh, no, Crispy's down. That is a scary sight. That is a scary sight. I think NFL doctors are doing studies on what just happened to Crispy.
Yeah, why couldn't that have happened yesterday?
Oh, just an absolute yard sale from Crispy.
Had that one in the bag.
Yeah.
Up to that point.
Really did have that locked up, but we'll have to wait until tomorrow for Crispy to lock up that winning record. And boy, he had that one, didn't he?
He gets a free hat for winning that. I would have gotten a free hat if I won yesterday. Immediate rematch.
Yeah. Look at Christian from Chicago. He's got just this lovely hat. And look at you, a hatless head up here in the booth.
Also, just to put on the record, Chicago dogs are better than Seattle dogs, and I have tried both.
I don't know. Seattle dogs are pretty sweet. 1 pitch, 1 out in the 5th for Rodrigo Montano, but not without some hard contact from the Wazoo Coug Landon Klein.
Yeah, 1 pitch right at Noah Kung. Great piece of hitting from Klein, but a little fortunate for Montano, who shares a moment there with Noah Kung. But not to put anything down or not to put down the Seattle dog whatsoever. The Seattle dog is really good, and it surprised me.
It's only taken 5 pitches for Rodrigo Montano to get 3 outs in this game, and his 6th is ball 1 to Ashton Bergman. Bergman 1 for 1 with a single and a hit by pitch in this game. And he's ahead 2-0 on Montano right here. Still some movement in the Sticks bullpen. And that is driven over to Beckett Turnbow, right at him, I should say. And quickly 2 down, so more efficient work for Montano.
Yeah, 2 pieces of hard contact, though, from Elevate Northwest. First from Klein and now from Bergman, who's had a really good series seeing the baseball. And first one went right to Noah Kung. That one right to Beckett Turnbow. So a little fortunate for Montano, but is forcing quick outs.
That'll bring up Kane Nishikawa in the type of situation you want him up in. 2 out and nobody on. And Montano starts him off with a strike. Nishikawa also 1 for 1 with a single and a walk. And Montano Daly can't hang on to it. It's still strike 2.
Nishikawa has been such a tough out. It's also had a great day, or a great series in the field. Just an all-around really good baseball player.
Behind 0-2 to Rodrigo Montano, who in 10 pitches has 4 outs and looking for his 5th right here. 0-2. Chased up high. How about it from Rodrigo Montano? A dream 5th inning on the mound for the Colorado School of Mines ore digger, and the Fish Sticks looking to take the lead back in the bottom of the 5th.
famous spicy chicken sandwich a total upgrade. More crunch, more flavor, with heat that just hits. Is this our best spicy chicken ever? Looks like a yes to me. Spicy chicken just got better at Wendy's.
They always say, think happy thoughts. It's easy when you're a Wendy's Cookie Dough Frosty Fusion. I'm an instant dopamine hit. Get it? Dope-amine? Like cookie dough. I said like cookie dough! Happiness is a Cookie Dough Frosty Fusion at Wendy's.
Miles Chandler back out for the bottom of the fifth after a scoreless fourth inning. Protecting a one-run lead for Elevate Northwest right now. They lead the Fish Sticks 3-2 in the middle of the fifth. And Sweet Caroline blaring through the speakers here in West Seattle. And
look at that hat. The free one for Christian from Chicago.
You know, I wish we could hear him.
I
really do.
I do as well.
But unfortunately, we cannot. We can get what he was saying in post when Jackson downloads that to his computer, but can't really show it on the broadcast right now, just in case.
Crispy took a big tumble. He seems to be okay. Whoa. Feeling up the muscles a little bit there for Crispy.
Yeah, I mean, you know, he's a built guy.
Yeah, I guess so.
Here's Beckett Turnbow. Leading off the bottom of the fifth. It's Turnbow, then Eisenhut, then Kuhn. 6, 7, 8 for the Sticks, and that's strike one from Miles Chandler. One is waved on and missed. It's 2 runs on 2 hits and 4 errors from Elevate Northwest for the Sticks today. Beckett Turnbow was part of both of the runs. It was an E6 that he reached on, and that brought home Evan Hellner, and then he stole third, throw it into left field, and he ended up scoring, but this time he won't score. He is sat down on strikes.
Really good work from Miles Chandler. Just come out and sit down Turnbow pretty efficiently. Rodrigo Montano has been fantastic in relief, and Miles Chandler has been just as good.
Here's Tyler Eisenhut, grounded out over to Zach Daniel at short, back in the second. And Chandler, it's another first pitch strike for him. Actually started off Turnbow with a ball and then strike, send him back to the dugout. That's number 4 in Eisenhut. Man, right over to number 4 in the 4 spot. That's Chase Clark catching the line out.
Man, another hard piece of contact. We saw that twice in the top half of the inning. This time Eisenhut, who has been so good at those hard line drives, both to left field on the pull side and the opposite way, and that one just unfortunately goes right into the glove of Chase Clark.
Kung watches strike one. We might have an all-time quick inning on our hands here in the fifth. Rodrigo Montano throws 8 pitches and gets out of the fifth clean, and now Noah Kung just fouled off the 8th pitch from Miles Chandler. So only 16 pitches in this frame. Kung in an 0-2 count.
That was the 7th combined strikeout between Barrett and Chandler.
There's number 8. A chase up high between Rodrigo Montano and Miles Chandler. Only 17 pitches in the 5th inning, and both offenses go down with a whimper. Elevate Northwest still ahead 3-2.
Yeah, and that was such a quick inning, I couldn't even finish my thought. But after 16 strikeouts yesterday, there's number 8. This Elevate Northwest pitching staff has been really, really sharp.
No reason to take out Rodrigo Montano, and he will be back out for the 6th inning. But before we do any of that, it's time for the pony hop. They are going to have to do quite a bit to beat the entertainment value of McConnell, Connor, and Jackson last night.
That was a great one. It was like prime Legion of Boom against the 2023 Niners defense. Tilting.
Oh, it might take a fall forward to win.
Oh, there it is.
Man, it was ugly, but it got the job done. Wait, that seems like it would hurt. That was a twist up from near side.
Here we go. Oof.
Ooh, yeah.
Almost took out the fence.
Looks like he still had a smile on his face, and he did win. So that makes everything feel better. And gets the win in the pony hop today. Fish Sticks looking for a win, a bounce-back win after stringing together 5 in a row and then losing that streak last night to this team.
Yeah, kind of a familiar spot. They were down 2 runs yesterday for a majority of the game. Currently down 1 run after 2 runs in the top of the 4th from Elevate Northwest. And it always felt like, okay, the Fish Sticks have done this before. They'll do it again, right? And it took until the 9th inning and just not enough gas for the Fish Sticks in that one. Montano has been so good in relief.
Speaking of gas, there's another fastball for a strike. That is just pitch number 12 for Rodrigo Montano in this game. And he's through 1 2/3. He's gone 5 up, 5 down to this point. That's the second time Daly has been able to track down a Montano fastball, and that one is called ball 1.
Ten of Montano's 13 pitches today have been strikes.
1-1 to Sue. Another fastball and another miss from Tilden Sue, who's already struck out swinging twice in this game. There have been 6 Ks combined from this Fish Sticks pitching staff. Only one of them credited to Rodrigo Montano. 1-2 on the way, and that is up in the clouds for ball 2.
And we saw that 2-run shot from Sue over a month ago now in their first meeting between these two teams. And absolute gem on the mound yesterday. And he is 0 for 2 looking to get back to that momentum at the plate.
2-2 to Sue is fouled back right towards Tyson in the broadcast room. So we'll do the 2-2 again. Sue wearing 22 and a 2-2 count. 0 for 2 today. A strikeout in the second and a strikeout to end the third. That was with the bases loaded. And that was the final out for Ryder Peterson, who goes 3 innings of 1-run ball in the start. 2-2 from Montano is chased and missed. 0 for 3 and 3 Ks for Tilden Sue.
Another great way to start the inning for Rodrigo Montano, who is going to extend his outing quite a ways. As take a look at that off speed that dove out and away for Tilden Sue. If Montano can keep up this efficiency, 17 pitches now through 2 full innings. That is really amazing stuff.
Swallam watches one that runs in for ball 1. It's been a good day for Ethan Swallam. He's 1 for 2 with a single. Came around to score in the 4th on a base hit from Owen Fay. Montano, that is perfectly placed for strike 1. Swallam heading to Pacific down in California. 1-1 from Montano. Nice pitch and a nice frame for strike 2.
You know who went to Pacific? Maurice Odom.
Mo Odom did start at Pacific University with the Tigers, and then he went to Pepperdine and had that magical run in the West Coast Conference Tournament. And then he went to ASU, and apparently he's going somewhere else. That's a high fly into left center. Rylan Gullard will call everyone off. First work for Gullard in the field since all the way back in the first inning, and Gullard's the only guy to record a putout in the outfield today. He's had 2, but no balls out to Jackson Dulé in left and Riley Sonoy in right that have turned into outs.
Yeah, both Peterson and Montano. We talked about Peterson earlier in the broadcast, but just such a high rate of ground balls, and Montano has been forcing line drives and ground balls. So, yeah, as you said, no action on the corners.
We did see a base hit out to Riley Sonoy in right from Owen Fay. That brought home a run in the 4th. Jacob Flores was on base for that. He's up at the plate now. Flores 1 for 1, a single and a walk, and foul tips that into Daly's mitt. Count as 1-1.
Lights coming on early.
Yeah, a bit of a early jump, I was just thinking the same thing, but no reason not to. 2-1 count to Flores. It's been 7 up and 7 down for Rodrigo Montano, ranging from the 4th to the 6th inning. He relieved Sam Courtney in the 4th. And it will not be 8 up, 8 down. That line drive gets by Beckett Turnbow. Flores, a big lead, thought about maybe trying out Gullard's arm, but I think Elevate Northwest learned last night they should not run on Rylan Gullard. Instead, it will be a single.
Just had to say it. Just had to let the words leave the mouth. And the perfect outing for Montano ends literally the nanosecond after. The announcer's curse has really hit us. It hasn't hit us in a game-changing way yet, but just the little things like that have just come back to bite us.
Well, what are you going to do? You know? Flores breaks for second. Throw from Daly won't beat him. It slips out of Turnbow's glove anyway. Another stolen bag for the Sasquatch.
They have just been running everywhere in this game. After 4 stolen bases in last night's contest, it has been a parade on the Bates pads again tonight. That is their 6th of the game.
Ball 1 in to Zach Daniel. Count is now 1-1 to Daniel. 0 for 1 with a walk and a K. A runner in scoring position for the Sasquatch. Seems like any single has turned into a runner in scoring position. That one's popped high in the air out to left. Jackson Dule, first work of the entire evening for him out in left, and he makes that catch. Another scoreless frame for Rodrigo Montano. Elevate still ahead, 3-2, middle 6.
Wendy's went back to the kitchen to give our famous spicy chicken sandwich a total upgrade. More crunch, more flavor, with heat that just hits. Is this our best spicy chicken ever? Looks like a yes to me. Spicy chicken just got better at Wendy's.
They always say, think happy thoughts. It's easy when you're a Wendy's Cookie Dough Frosty Fusion. I'm an instant dopamine hit. Get it? Dope-amine? Like cookie dough. I said like cookie dough! Happiness is a Cookie Dough Frosty Fusion at Wendy's.
Oh, Audrey, look over there.
Where? Oh, a whole herd of reindeer beers.
Not herds, Audrey. Rainier's come in 6-packs.
Oh.
Wake up, Harley.
Harley, look at the reindeers. Oh, they're just so fresh and friendly.
I hope you're dancing for your dessert at home, even though you cannot win the dessert. But we are dancing for our dessert here at the Friar. Not a lot of excitable fans on the dance for your dessert today. Kyle, I think this is your big chance to win.
It honestly could be. I'm not entirely sure. There we are. Again, I have to sport the Rainier shirt I talked about yesterday. This is a great shirt, by the way. And I am 22 years old.
Yeah.
So I can drink.
It would probably not be a good move for me to wear that.
No, maybe not on the broadcast, but great shirt.
Got active down the first base side. Jonas got plenty of options today. Jake Daly fouls back the first pitch. It's Daly, Hamada, Gullard, 9-10-1. Due up for the Sticks, and Miles Chandler back out on the mound. Chandler has been nothing short of great in this game. Got into some trouble in the 4th on an error from Jackson Dule, but then runner was gunned down. Then he walked Evan Hellner, but a backwards K of Riley Stenoy, and then 1-2-3 in the 5th. 0-1 to Daly, line drive into the gap. It'll get down. Daly hard turnaround first, and it's easy extra bases for the St. Peter's Peacock. Leadoff double for Jake Daly.
Man, he is on a tear this week. Had a double last Sunday in the bottom of the 9th inning, would eventually come around to score on a walk-off single. Had 2 on Tuesday and has got another here tonight. And turning it around at the end of the season is Jake Daly. Another great piece of hitting, just takes that off speed for a ride. It is really nice to see him come into his own here as the season winds down.
Got the St. Peter's Peacocks in the broadcast.
Yep.
Boom.
Always
Win.
love that. Shout out Doug Eatert.
Doug Eddard, if you are watching, Casey and Defo, if you are watching, you changed the way I watch basketball. Oh, to Hamada, he shows bunt. That ball gets by Klein. It's a big hop off the backstop, and Daly's got no choice but to stay at second.
Is that also a Shaheen Holloway shout out as well? Love that.
I still believe in him at Seton Hall. I really
I do too.
Big East should be better this year as a conference. They should be
I
better.
love Big East hoops.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
You ever been in a Big East Twitter space? It's great. Alex Hamada pokes one through the infield. Daly's got the wave, but now he turns around and goes back to third, and that's probably a smart call from Mark Lynn over at third base. Daly would have been out by a few steps, but Jake Daly and Alex Hamada get the party started in the sixth, and this is a great opportunity for the Sticks.
Yeah, we mentioned that the infield was shifted to Alex Hamada's pole side. Here's that huge round from Jake Daly. He was fortunate that ball was in the air. Mark Lynn put on the hold side super late. He was sending Daly the whole way, and a really nice job from Daly to really put on the brakes and get back to third in time.
Yeah, that's a tough thing to do, especially on the turf, to just turn on a dime like that back to the bag if you're Jake Daly. And he made it really look routine over there and gets back to third. Alex Hamada thought about going, but another huge hop off a Miles Chandler fastball. And after two really strong innings from Chandler, just has not had it here in the sixth to this point. Last guy you want to see right now if you're Chandler as well, Rylan Gillard at the dish. 1 for 2. And he's ahead 2-0 right here.
This is deja vu from Sunday night in the bottom of the ninth inning. 5-5, Jake Daly, leadoff double. Alex Hamada single. It's first and third with nobody out. So if Rylan Gillard were to complete the trifecta, this should be a single up the middle.
That would be crazy. 2-0 comes to Gillard. That is fouled off. Down the first base line.
I'm excited now. Oh, boy.
Well, your excitement has just washed away. It is your good buddy, Crispy, joining us in the booth. Crispy,
no.
How was your head? You took quite the shot over there right by the 2025 PIL Champions banner. And CTE, is that in the picture for you, Crispy?
Yeah, you could have done that yesterday. I know. Tough loss, huh?
Oh, jeez.
You know, we could make a sign, too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Crispy is in the hospital.
Yes, he's on the IR.
Crispy is hitting the disabled list.
I want the hat. Saw Ryder Peterson with the hat.
2-2 to Gillard is called strike 3. Throw is up high. Daly will take home. This game is tied. Gillard strikes out, but base running executed perfectly by Alex Hamada and Jake Daly. It's 3-3.
Now Crispy's got something to smile about. Good base running by Hamada. Really good heads-up play from Daly. We saw a double play executed on that exact same scenario earlier in this game. This time, the Fish Sticks get both runners in.
Second strikeout of the day for Rylan Gillard. That might be his first multi-K day of the entire season. Definitely a rarity, but the tying run is in. And Braden Bartholomew almost brought home the go-ahead run on the first pitch. Hot shot, but just foul to the opposite field.
Crispy's a bit dirty.
Yeah, a little bit. I don't know where that could be from. It's not like he took any shots into the warning track or anything today. And it's not like he ran into any walls out there in right center.
Right center at White Center.
Nice. Bartholomew pulled down the left field line, and that gets down in the corner. Extra bases for Bartholomew. 4-3 lead for the Fish Sticks.
Yeah, it looks like off the bat, Bartholomew might have had himself his 6th home run of the year. Instead, lands right before the warning track. Bergman couldn't get to it. His hat flies off, and Hamada is able to score. Bartholomew adding on to that gargantuan RBI total he has this year.
He's now at 37. He continues to extend his team lead in runs batted in, and funny enough, that's the first RBI of the entire game for the Fish Sticks. Both of the runners in the second came in on errors, and then Jake Daly just took the bag when the throw went down the second for Alex Amata. Earlier in this frame, so Bartholomew's got an RBI. What else is new? Jackson Dule fouls off the first pitch.
Finally, offensive life coming from the Fish Sticks here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Miles Chandler, who had a great outing up to this point, up in some trouble.
0-1 to Dule is up high for ball one. Dule 0 for 2, did reach on an error in the fourth, but was caught on a delayed steal of second base. This game has been back and forth. The lead has changed hands 3 times now. It was 1-0 Sasquatch, then 2-1 Sticks, then 3-2 Sasquatch, and now 4-3 Sticks in the 6th inning. Dule swings and misses at 1-1. Big lead for Bartholomew over at second. One down, and the 1-2 chased by Dule for strike 3. A timely K for Miles Chandler.
Yeah, went with that off-speed, low in the zone. Dule tried to square one up on the first pitch of the at-bat that he took foul, and that one dipped below the zone at the last second. Really good-looking pitch from Chandler.
Evan Hellner has been a very tough out in the past couple games. 1 for 1 with a double and a walk today. Drove in a run with a sac fly in the 9th yesterday. Looking for another RBI today. That's a big cut on the first pitch for strike 1.
Yeah, Hellner's had a good series. He's been putting great contact on the ball.
He's had a good summer as well. I mean, he's hitting .313 coming into this game. OPS just a few shades under 800. He's driven in 20 runs. And that might be number 21. Another single for Evan Hellner. It's now 5-3 Sticks. What a weekend he's having.
Right on cue. Great piece of hitting. Same off speed that got Dule swinging on the last at-bat. Hellner reaches down and just pokes it out to right field. And Bartholomew comes around to score. That tandem has done so much damage this summer at the top of the batting order, and once again combines for another run.
It's now a 3-run 6th for the Fish Sticks, and they've got the largest lead any team has had today. Hellner breaks on the first pitch on a hit and run, and Sonoy fouls it off down and in. Not a pitch that Riley Sonoy would usually swing at, but with the hit and run on, got to offer at it somehow.
I've already seen a hit and run executed between Braden Bartholomew and Rylan Goldard today.
That was the second hit of the day for Braden Bartholomew earlier in the 6th, and that was the second hit for Evan Hellner as well. It's outside from Chandler for ball 1 to Sonoy.
And breaking news, Caleb Williams back in the building.
We saw him.
We saw the Caleb Williams look-alike. He's walking down first base line now. He's going to take his post where we saw him last, behind the booth. But he looks exactly like him.
He really does. As Sonoy swings and misses at strike 2. It's like if you put together Caleb Williams and Roma Dunze. Funny enough, 2 guys on the same team. A great connection for the Chicago Bears. And it looks like if you put them together, it would create that guy. 1-2, 2 down to Riley Sonoy. Evan Hellner on first, and called strike 3. Sonoy doesn't like it, and I don't think I do either. That's a tough one to end the 6th, but 3 runs come across, and the Sticks have the lead once again. It's 5-3 entering the 7th, and Rodrigo Montano back out on the mound.
You a Luther Burden truther or a
he's going to be good.
Or a Rome Odunze enjoyer? Which one? Which team are you picking?
Rome Odunze, obviously UW legend, so we've got a lot of Rome Odunze fans, I'm sure, that carry over as Fish Sticks faithful, but I think they can coexist for that team. Okay. But if I had to pick a wide receiver 1 for the future, I'm taking Luther Burden.
I think I'd have to agree, but both are great.
They're both very good.
Here we go.
As You Wish ring toss, which is lately stormed into our production scripts. It's a plunger on a helmet, which is always good fun. I'm sure Kyle found himself in this exact situation quite a bit at Jack and Dan's during his time at Gonzaga.
Found it.
The old plunger helmet.
I found it quite often in the Among Us lobbies as I put the toilet or the whatever plumber. What's it called? I'm really struggling.
The plunger.
Plunger. Thank you.
Yeah.
On top of my head. What a great prime that game had.
Yeah, it really did.
I'd really also like to shout out another game that had a short-lived prime, but I had a lot of fun
I'm
playing
so excited
it.
for what you're about to say.
Splitgate.
Oh, yeah, never got into it.
Oh, man, you were missing out. They've released the second one. It is not good. It's not fun. But the first one, for about a 3-month stretch, the beginning of my senior year of high school, oof.
I'll have to take your word for it.
It was so much fun.
You're also a bit older than me, so maybe I was just not in those circles yet. So
you were of higher intelligence. Yeah. You weren't going into the gaming community at that point.
Yeah. Well, I mean, not necessarily of higher intelligence because I was probably the ripe age of 8, but I'm just saying I wasn't really tapped in.
The ripe age of 8 when I was a senior in high school. Yeah. I'm not that old. I am only 22.
That was a good joke. I'm proud of that one.
Yeah,
I'll be honest.
That was pretty hilarious.
0-2 to Owen Fay, the 9-hitter today, and Fay thinks that hit him, and just takes his word for it. So Owen Fay will get the bag, and boy, I think Riley Sonoy probably could have said that strike 3 hit him, and he would have gotten the bag.
And
oh my goodness,
it's kind of tough to tell. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I think Lynn's going to come out. Yeah, he's coming out to talk about that. I don't think that's one that you shouldn't just let up without talking to. Okay, Caleb Williams going down the first base line again. If we can somehow get a shot. Also,
oh, hey, look, Pods is here. Brandon Pajemski is in the house. We'll get another look at this hit by pitch, and again, Owen Fay just said that he got hit by the pitch, and the home plate ump took his word for it, sent him over to first base, and it was a short conversation. He will take the bag. So, I mean, you can be the judge of whether that hit him or not, but even if it did, it's not exactly putting faith in me that you can just tell the home plate ump you can get hit by a pitch, and he'll just give you the bag.
Yeah, that was an interesting one. I'm distracted by Brandon Pajemski walking down the third base line right now.
Can we get a camera on Brandon Pajemski over there?
He was about to enter that last shot we had, and I think he might be sitting close to the field down the third base line, but that was so funny. Both Pods and Caleb Williams at the park tonight. Who would have thought?
Counts 0-1 to Chase Clark. Clark is 0 for 2 today, did drive in a run in the 4th. Runner on first, nobody gone, and 0-1 is fouled away.
I'd also like to shout out Connor Lee. So I always I really always talk down on him a little bit.
Oh, here he is.
There he is. Shout out to Connor Lee, who just got me a Coke that I asked him to get me because just need a little burst of caffeine, and he got it. And I just want to say I love you, Connor. Thank you so much.
Kyle really runs the show around here as the 0-2 is lined into center. Long run for Gullard, and he's just got to knock it down. Base hit for Chase Clark. 2 runners on and nobody out. So the Fish Sticks take the lead in Elevate Northwest. Quickly trying to respond.
Yeah, Gullard was in between diving there and just keeping the ball in front, and then kind of went the in-between route on both ends, but does keep the ball in front of him. Again, thick outfield grass, so it would be hard to have that one dive too far. Rodrigo Montano, after such an efficient first couple of innings plus of work, now starting to run into a little bit of trouble.
He hit Owen Fay in an 0-2 count, and then Chase Clark, a line drive base hit in another 2-strike count. So Elevate Northwest staying alive and getting on base here in the 7th. And that flips over the lineup card to Julian Gonzalez, who lays down a bunt into foul territory. Gonzalez is 0 for 3 today. He's now 0 for 7 in the series. A K in the first, and then a couple grounders to Beckett Turnbow at second base in the third and fourth.
Yeah, having a bit of a struggle in the first two games of this three-game series this weekend. Didn't see him back in the first matchup on June 28th, but trying to mix things up, as you mentioned, is 0 for 7 now.
A bunt would be valuable here. It would move the tying run into scoring position for the Sasquatch. Corners are in. Gonzalez swinging away. The hit and run is chased up high. Perfect throw from Daly, and the runner is gunned down at third.
That was a perfect throw, but I'm not sure that the tag was applied in time. I actually think Faye, got to the bag. Let's take another look. There's the tag, and then he evades it. Oh, yeah, he's safe by a mile. Boy, that is a miss from the umpire, but great for the Fish Sticks.
That's grounded over to Noah Kung. They'll let the runner go to third, and Gonzalez's speed, not enough. He's retired on the ground ball, and the baseball gods give and they take. Owen Fay reached base because he just told the home plate ump he was hit by a pitch, and then he slides into third. He was clearly safe on that replay, and he's called out. So maybe justice served right there for the Sticks. Runner on third, 2 down for Landon Klein.
That is a great point.
First pitch to Klein in there for strike one. Klein 0 for 2. Hard contact last time up. It just ended up right at Noah Kung over at short. Oh, one coming from Montano. It's covered up by Daly. Great stop from the backstop. Daly, a big double in the bottom of the sixth. He ended up coming around to score in that 3-run sixth inning. It's up high. Montano now behind on Klein 3-1.
The big Connor Lee now walking. He's going to cross behind home plate and go towards the third base line. If we can get a Connor Lee cam and praise him once again, he's a great individual.
Still waiting on the flicks from Lee today. That is chased by Landon Klein. If he lets that go, it's likely ball 4, but Montano fools him, and we're now at a full count. Or excuse me, it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Beg your pardon. Montano, the lefty, comes set. The 2-2 line foul towards the fishing dock.
I think that would have been ball 3 on a pitch kind of high in the zone, but Klein does foul it off. After 3 runs in the bottom of the 6th inning, Elevate Northwest trying to claw back into this one.
Another 2-2 on the way. Runner on the third. That's Chase Clark. Montano fastball chopped over to Noah Kung. Short hop, backhand throw. Beats Klein to the bag. Another scoreless inning for Rodrigo Montano out of the pen. Great play from Noah Kung at short, ends the frame. Fish Sticks take a 5-3 lead into the 7th inning stretch.
Once upon a home in the Issaquah Highlands, the Parkers used Thumbtack for a new kitchen island. Now the pizza is cooking and the kids are excited. Thank goodness for Thumbtack and all it provided. Start your home story on Thumbtack.
Oh, sweet. Thanks, Crispy.
You ever wonder how Crispy gets to the fryer for games? He uses King County Metro's Rapid Ride H-Line. King County Metro, the official commute of your DubSea Fish Sticks.
Through the 7th inning stretch at the Friar, we've only got one of those left at Mel Olson Stadium this summer. And the Fish Sticks leading Elevate Northwest 5-3. It was time for the 7th inning stretch because of quite the stretch from Braden Bartholomew at first.
Yeah, great job by Noah Kuhn to field that on a short hop, too, and make the long throw that saved a run. And we saw yesterday, I mean, runs in the back half of games are so important with the way games can change in the PIL so quickly. But now Miles Chandler's day is done, and Declan Crawford will come in on the mound.
So the Sasquatch go with the same pitching script that they did last night. Tilden Sue, Brody Sampman, Kai Keith, 3-3-3, and then Kai Keith was eventually relieved in that heart-stopping 9th inning. And they do the same thing today. Starter Nolan Barrett goes 3 innings, 3 good innings as well, and then Miles Chandler goes 3, and now Declan Crawford comes in for the back third of this game from Edmonds Woodway High School. Becca Turnbow takes Crawford's first pitch for a ride into the gap. It's extra bases for Turnbow as it gets by Bergman, the left fielder. A stand-up double for Turnbow.
Really nice to see Turnbow just attack the first pitch he sees. Got a fastball, one he expected from Crawford. Way back in the box, sits back and just unloads on that one. Really smooth-looking swing, gets all the way to the wall. And the Sticks are looking to tack on some insurance runs as we go to the back third of the game.
Turnbow aggressive in that at-bat, and he was on second earlier in this game, reached on an error on a throw that got away, and he stole third on the first pitch. Thought about doing it again, but he'll stay put, and Tyler Eisenhut watches ball 1. It looked like Eisenhut was bound for a base hit in the 5th. It was a line drive right at Chase Clark over at second. Clark did make the play. Crawford behind 2-0 on T-Hut here.
Yeah, Turnbow on that first pitch of the at-bat was halfway down the baseline between second and third on a secondary lead. As you mentioned, did steal third, and an error brought him home back in the second.
2-0 to Eisenhut, breaks just down low for ball 3, so Eisenhut way ahead.
Eisenhut just a 237 average this year, but a 392 on base percentage. He has been a master of plate discipline this summer.
Now Turnbow breaks for third on a 3-0. It's a zone finder, but no throw to third base. Another stolen bag for Beckett Turnbow.
Well, no one was keeping on. Chase Clark and Zach Daniel are kind of looking at each other like, how did that happen? And now the entire infield is in.
3-1 to Eisenhut, fouled away. We move into a full count. Becca Turnbow on third and nobody gone for the Sticks. Noah Kung on deck, and then Jake Daly and Alex Hamada after that. Daly and Hamada got that 6th inning rolling at the bottom of the lineup. Payoff to Eisenhut is way up high, and he will take his base. He reaches for the first time today.
Now Noah Kung, a big opportunity. We've seen first and third a couple of times for the Fish Sticks. One of them ended in a stolen bag that was a double play, and one of them ended in a great first and third scenario where Alex Hamada got to second and Jake Daly stole home. So we'll see if Eisenhut gets aggressive here on the base paths.
Kung tries to lay down a bunt, and that bounces off the plate and into foul ground. Crispy taking pictures with everybody, having a good time. This could be you.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I got a nice L parade yesterday after losing by about half a centimeter.
And look, they're celebrating him like a hero.
Mm-hmm. The hero he is.
Oh, Kung swings away and swings and misses on a breaking ball from Declan Crawford. So Crawford ahead 0-2. Jake Daly on deck. Daly 1 for 2. A leadoff double his last time up in the 6th. 0-2 to Kung.
Boy.
Boy, he was on quite the streak before last night. He was hit in 5 straight games And last night he was not hit by a pitch. That one, a little bit dangerous up and in.
Yeah, you can see that one right off the fingertips from Declan Crawford. And brace for impact, Noah Kuhn, but he does reach base. Now the bases are juiced with nobody gone, and Jake Daly, who has been the hottest bat in this lineup in the past week, really has an opportunity to blow this game open.
Bases loaded, nobody out, and after 8 scoreless innings. Last night, the Fish Sticks have plated 5 on 7 hits and assisted by 4 errors from Elevate Northwest, and they've got a chance to extend their lead and maybe just go ahead and put this one away here with the bags packed and nobody gone. Again, Daly a double, Hamada a single. Just 1 inning ago, they both came around to score. Daly was the tying run and Hamada was the go-ahead run.
Such a crazy game yesterday. I still can't get over it, how close that play was with Beckett Turnbow and that miracle comeback they almost made in the bottom of the 9th.
So here's Daly. No free bags right now and nobody out. First pitch to Daly misses for ball 1.
He did what he did last at bat. That would clear the bases. He's got 4 doubles this week.
Daly takes another ball, so it's 2-0. A walk would bring home a run and make this a 3-run game, which would be the largest lead for either side today. 2-0 on the way to Daly, and that breaks in for strike 1.
And Daly took it off speed from Miles Chandler for a ride out to left center field to hit the wall. We'll see if Crawford does go with the off speed.
2-1. Ooh, good frame from Klein. Turns that into strike 2. Daly, the catcher, I mean, he's been back there all day and kind of just lets out a sigh. 2-2 on the way to Daly. Corners in, and that is spiked into a full count.
Yeah, walk would let it a run here. That's the last thing that Declan Crawford wants. If I'm Daly, I'm sitting on the fastball in the zone.
Payoff pitch on the way from Crawford. Daly chases outside for strike 3. So Crawford turns to the off speed and gets the chase for out number 1.
It's a huge out. 1 out now puts the double play into motion. The infield can back up. Man, what a off-speed pitch. Did not go with what I expected, but really nicely done from Declan Crawford.
Now Hamada comes up and shows bunt, pops it up into foul ground, and Landon Klein makes the play behind home plate. So quickly 2 down, and still no runs across in the 7th for the Sticks.
Yeah, that's a brutal one for Alex Hamada, who has been the bunt master this season, and that one's just too high in the zone. You just have to let that one go, and now suddenly in 2 pitches from bases loaded and nobody gone to 2 gone in a blink of an eye, but Gullard still an opportunity.
Gullard 1 for 3 today with a base hit back in the 1st. Takes strike 1. This would be a magical escape for Declan Crawford.
Yeah,
Crispy.
yeah.
He's just a man of the people over there, even though he's not even a person. 0-1 to Gullard. Up high with the heater is Crawford for ball 1.
I think we should do a PED testing for Crispy.
Man.
Yeah,
I don't know about that.
I think
that seems harsh.
Yeah. I mean, he's getting his muscles filled up earlier, so something's got to be going on.
1-1 to Gullard is outside for ball 2. If Gullard reaches base in any fashion, a run comes home for the Sticks. That would also bring out Braden Bartholomew, who's already driven in a run in this game and is 2 for 3 with a single and a double. 2-1 to Gullard is outside, and he's 1 ball away from bringing home a run. 5-3 Sticks. They scored 3 in the 6th and are looking to add on to the damage here in the 7th. 3-1 comes from Crawford. Gullard, did he cross the plane? He did not. What a hold, and boy.
Oh, man. There's a fan up here that is a fan of Elevate Northwest, and he, oh my goodness, absolutely has a point. That was a brutal missed call.
And Rylan Gullard, I mean, I just saw him with a big smile over there. Usually he's got a smile on his face 99% of the time, and that time, I think he knows.
Yeah, that was a tough one. I thought it was clear as day, and yeah, the coach has a point. That was not even remotely close. But another break for the Fish Sticks. Rylan Gullard again, and the fans next to us are now going down. They might want to have a chat. That was rough.
They're making the beeline down to field level right now.
Straight down. They're at our level up here at the first base line, and the three of them are going right down to the field.
Whether Gullard crossed the plane or not, which, I mean, wasn't really a great look, but I suppose he might have. Either way, he brings home a run with the base on balls, and now Braden Bartholomew comes up. That's in for strike one.
Oh, the three adults are going to walk past there on the left. There's one, there's two, and there's three. And the three of them just beeline straight down. Had some words for the home plate umpire on their way across, and now they're having a laugh about it behind the plate.
1-1 to Bartholomew is upstairs. 4-2. Bartholomew came up in a bases-loaded situation yesterday in the ninth and was hit by a 3-2 offering. Brought home a run right there. Another game with a run driven in for Bartholomew today. Looking to add on to that total. 2-1. He offers, and it's fouled away.
Update. Those three fans have exited. They swiftly.
They just leave?
They just left. They got right up. They heckled the home plate umpire for a bit and then just took off. they had seen enough.
That was the final straw tonight.
That was it.
2-2 on the way to Bartholomew. Bag still packed, 2 down. Into right field. Might stay fair, might stay in playable land, and it's caught. That's a tough play out there for Tilden Sue, but he hauls it in. And the Fish Sticks leave him loaded, but a run comes across on a walk. They extend their lead to 3. It's now 6-3 Sticks.
Yeah, I think Elevate Northwest is pretty fortunate there. Bases loaded, nobody gone, and they only allow 1. So a little fortunate to keep that one as the thumbtack relay race now coming up.
Jaden Mizuno will start an outing after Rodrigo Montano just throws some incredible work today. But not before the thumbtack relay race. This is all cosmetic for the summer series as the Plumbers have taken a huge lead. And the Painters don't even know when the start gun is.
It's yep.
Not our year.
The Painters this year have been looking like the Colorado Rockies have for about the past decade.
Well, the Rockies did win today.
They beat the Royals today.
Crispy did just help out. The Plumbers have forgot a bucket, and now he blows a tire.
No.
Painters have all of a sudden opened up a huge lead. Crispy's now bullying the guy.
The race is not over.
It's not. The Painters will find a way to lose. I don't know how. They just will. Painters, oh man, really taking their time, and they've still got a lead, but it is really closed up. Oh no.
Uh-oh. This can't happen, right?
It cannot happen, right? Crispy is looking very suspicious over there by the Plumber bucket, maybe trying to help out the Painters. That's huge!
That's a great last leg. Oh,
no, he doesn't have an arm in. Yes!
Oh, man, finally.
An absolutely irrelevant win towards the season series, but a huge win for Painters fans everywhere.
There we go. I'm happy for them.
There's a look at, not the head coach, but one of the coaches on this staff. And here's another look at, that was called a ball.
For context, 3-1 count, the bases were loaded. Yeah, you could see their react. That is classic right there. 3-1 count, bases loaded. Declan Crawford thought he got Rylan Gullard swinging
and
there.
Look at Chase Clark back at second base. He's got maybe the worst view out of anyone here. And
he knows.
He still knew as well as anyone that Gullard surely went around. And
And again, the 3 fans sitting basically about 10 feet to our right, left up in frustration, just beeline down and exited the premises on that call.
So here's Jaden Mizuno for the first time today. That ends just some great stuff from Rodrigo Montano. And Mizuno comes in after 22 2/3 innings with the Fish Sticks to this point. One of the team leaders in innings pitched on this team. He had a 2.03 ERA in 13 innings with Puget Sound down in Tacoma his sophomore year. Behind 2-1 on Ashton Bergman right now. It's Bergman, Nishikawa, Sue, or at least for the time being, due up. It looks like Tilden Sue does not have a bat, so he will likely be pinch hit for here in the 8th. Bergman, a big cut, and that finds left center field. Bergman put all he had and then some into that swing, and he's now 2 for 3.
Yeah, Bergman has really impressed me at the dish through 2 games now this series, and that's just another one. And Jaden Mizuno, I was about to say, he, as you said, had such a great season at the University of Puget Sound last year. Hit a really rough spell in July this season, and on his last 2 outings, 5 innings of work, just 1 earned run.
Called strike 1, Kane Nishikawa. It's already a short fuse over there with Elevate Northwest's coaching staff today, and any call that's borderline and goes the way of the Fish Sticks is probably going to ruffle some feathers over in their dugout. Nishikawa quickly behind 0-2.
That was really nicely done from our replay to get that shot. That was a classic shot of Crawford and Chase Clark behind him. Their reaction.
0-2, Nishikawa barely catches a piece, or did he miss altogether? Nishikawa, a passing glance as he goes back to the dugout. We'll have to get another look at that, as it looks like Tilden Sue will be pinch hit here in the 8th.
It sounded like he did.
It sure did, and Daly did not hold on to it. Didn't even have to tag him either. Seems like in that situation he would have had to lay a tag on him, but Nishikawa is retired. Maybe another bad break for the Sasquatch here in the late stages. Either way, it's the first out of the 8th. This is now Connor Smith, hitting for the Sasquatch from Mount Si High School. Teammates with Jacob Flores up there in Snoqualmie. And Mizuno, a little wild on the pickoff throw over to first. So Tilden Sue's day is done, and just not a good day for Sue by his standards. 0 for 3 with 3 Ks and lets a couple balls by at first base. First pitch to Smith is way up high. Mizuno looks like he slipped on the mound on ball 1 right there. And Connor Smith, first time we've seen him in this series. If he reaches base, the tying run will come up to the plate. Mizuno curls one in for strike 1.
Yeah, part of why Mizuno has been able to reel it in the past couple of outings for him is because he's gotten that off speed really to hug tight in the zone, and that is his best pitch.
1-1, he goes fastball right there, and it's outside. Handled well by Jake Daly, and Daly, after the Sasquatch were really able to run around like a track meet, just a huge throw down to third last inning to get the runner Owen Fay. That's into left field over to Jackson Dule, and that's routine for out number 2. So Jaden Mizuno, after letting up a leadoff base hits, got 2 down in the 8th.
Really good job after that really good piece of hitting from Bergman to start off the inning to come back and retire too in quick fashion for Jaden Mizuno. Saw the Fish Sticks make a crazy comeback late last night, and Mizuno will likely be in for the 8th and 9th inning. He usually goes more than 1 inning.
2 down, Bergman breaks for the bag, and he is going to be in no throw. So another stolen base for the Sasquatch tonight. And Bergman moves into scoring position.
Yeah, and another stolen base for Bergman. That's his third of the game.
Stole second in the first, ended up coming around to score. And Mizuno and Daly will have a chat, make sure everyone is on the same wavelength here. Ethan Swallam at the plate. He's 1 for 3, led off the fourth with a base hit and came around to score. That fourth inning is the last time the Sasquatch were able to plate a run, and this offense just hasn't been amazing here at the Friar this year. They had 3 in the first game, which was about a month ago, and then 4 last night in a 4-3 win, and 3 to this point tonight. 9 hits, so they've gotten barrels to balls today, just haven't been able to bring runners home.
And Mizuno's been trying to control his fastball throughout this inning. You can kind of see him after pitches trying to make adjustments with his body. See if he keeps going back to it.
Mizuno, that breaks in through the back door for strike 2. And you said it, that off-speed, strike 1, I beg your pardon. Can't get the count right today, but you said it. Mizuno's off-speed is his best pitch. And even when he's got a lefty on ready matchup like he does now with Swallam, it's still very effective. That is Oppo down the line, and it's a fair ball. That'll bring home a run, and the Sasquatch pull one back in the 8th. Ethan Swallam makes it 6-4.
Really good piece of hitting on a ball low and away on the zone. It was an off-speed pitch that curled to the outside part for a right-handed batter, and Swallam does exactly what he should do and just takes it where it is. And a great piece of hitting, and now suddenly the Sasquatch starting to cut into this game.
That'll bring up Jacob Flores, who right now represents the tying run here at the top of the 8th. First pitch, he pops it up over to foul territory, and Alex Amata will record the final out of the 8th. Elevate Northwest does pull one back, but the Fish Sticks still a comfortable 2-run lead as we head into the bottom of the 8th on the Fish Sticks Network.
Once upon a home in the Issaquah Highlands, the Parkers used Thumbtack for a new kitchen island. Now the pizza is cooking and the kids are excited. Thank goodness for Thumbtack and all it provided. Start your home story on Thumbtack.
Wendy's went back to the kitchen to give our famous spicy chicken sandwich a total upgrade. More crunch, more flavor, with heat that just hits. Is this our best spicy chicken ever? Looks like a yes to me. Spicy chicken just got better at Wendy's.
They always say, think happy thoughts. It's easy when you're a Wendy's cookie dough frosty fusion. I'm an instant dopamine hit. Get it? Dopamine? Like cookie dough. I said like cookie dough. Happiness is a cookie dough frosty fusion at Wendy's.
Oh, Audrey, look over there.
Where? Oh, a whole herd of reindeer beers.
Not herds, Audrey. Rainier's come in 6-packs.
Oh,
Wake up, Harley.
Harley, look at the reindeers. Oh, they're just so fresh and friendly.
Another inning for Declan Crawford after he loads the bases with nobody on, and then does a really good job getting out of it. Only gives up a single run on a walk that really probably should have been a full count, but Crawford will come back out for the second inning, and the heart of the order due up, and this is a welcome sight for Fish Sticks fans everywhere. Jake Rolling is coming to the plate for the first time in quite some time. We haven't seen him in a minute. Rolling will hit for Jackson Dule here. And Rolling, I mean, video game numbers for him before he went out with an injury. 19 for 39. That's a 487 average. An on-base percentage of 618. And an OPS of 1.336. He drove in 16 runs. Also launched one over the fence. He's ahead 2-0 on Crawford.
Yeah, 16 RBIs in 14 games. I mean, 487, 618, 1336 is just laughable. That is unreal. And going to Gonzaga in the fall, that is going to be a welcome sight for the Zags. And really, really good to see him back in the lineup.
2-0. He maybe just wanted to swing at one, and he fouls that back for strike one. Rolling, leading off the 8th with the Fish Sticks ahead by 2. This substitution would put Jake Rolling in left field. Usually a primary infielder. We've seen him at short and third. He's ahead 3-1.
Kind of had a leg injury for a good part of the summer, and you could see head coach Mark Lynn doing kind of the running man sign to Garrett DeGallier. And if Rolling were to reach bases, now it's a full count, he would likely be pinch ran for, and whoever pinch runs for him will go out to left field.
Payoff pitch coming to Rolling, and he pops that into center field. Chase Clark calls everybody off. He's backpedaling and makes the play. So Rolling is retired in his first at-bat back, and that'll bring up Evan Helmer.
Nonetheless, just really, really good to see a guy of his caliber come back into the lineup and take a couple more ABs before the season's end.
Stavin Hellner comes up. Hellner has put together a great day at the plate. 2 for 3, also worked a walk, so has not been recorded out all evening. 1-0, a big swing and a miss.
Yeah, he's had a great start to this series. 2 straight multi-hit games now, going back to yesterday.
1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out here in the 8th for Declan Crawford. And Hellner fouls that away. A weird spinner over to the Sasquatch dugout. Noah Benedict on deck, replacing Riley Sonoy. One-two to Hellner, and called strike 3 on the lower half. Not sure Hellner agrees. He's shaking his head on the way back.
Yeah, that's a tough one. It looked like it might have dove below the knees, and it most certainly did. Yeah, and I think Hellner's got a point there.
And we saw Jake Daly kind of disagree with the call last time he was up, and Hellner's the same way. He's a catcher. He knows the zone better than anyone else in the lineup. And he knew that pitch was low. So here's Noah Benedict for the first time today. Benedict, a great summer at the plate, hitting .296. He's driven in 6 runs. He's ahead 2-0 on Declan Crawford. Crawford loaded him up in the 7th. Since then, he is not allowed a hit. He's gotten 5 outs, and his only base runner was on a walk of Rylan Gullard, and he's going to go 3 up, 3 down in the 8th. Benedict can fly, but not quite fast enough, and that ends the bottom of the 8th in a flash. The Fish Sticks take a 6-4 lead into the 9th inning, and we can only expect someone to come out on the mound, and Jaden Mizuno will be back out.
Yeah, just as I expected, is kind of a lengthy guy out of the bullpen, so did let up a run in the top half of the 8th inning, but comes back out with a 2-run cushion looking to put this thing away.
It was a back-and-forth game in the first stages of the night. It was 1-0 Elevate Northwest, then 2-1 Sticks. Then it was 3-2 Sasquatch in the top of the 4th, and then a few frames without some runs. And then right now, the difference is that 3-run 6th for the Fish Sticks. They took a 5-3 lead. Since then, both teams have been able to plate a run, and neither team has really been able to really control the momentum all night. And the Sasquatch are going to have to get something cooking right now. They have out-hit the Sticks tonight by quite a wide margin. It's 10 hits for Elevate Northwest and 7 hits for the Fish Sticks, but 4 errors in the field by the Sasquatch have come back to bite them.
Yeah, it's going to be, if we look back at kind of what's gone on in the course of this game. Those 2 runs in the bottom half of the second inning are really going to hurt because those were both unearned, and right now that is the difference in the 6-4 game.
Daniel goes after the first pitch. It's grounded over to Noah Kung at short. Throw to Bartholomew is vacuumed up by the first baseman, and there's 1 gone on 1 pitch in the ninth.
Bartholomew has had a great day at the plate. He's 2 for 2, and we have gloated about his abilities in the field as well. He, as you said, has been a vacuum all summer long, digging up ground balls, and that's such a luxury to have as an infielder, especially a left side of the infielder like an Alex Hamada or Noah Kung.
1 down now, and the first pitch is down low. Owen Fay has been taken out of the game here in the late stages, and Fay did drive in a run back in that 4th inning with a base hit, but instead they'll go Sam Melberg here from Lake Washington High School. Melberg ahead 2-0, and Mizuno finds the lower part of the zone for strike 1. One for 2 for Owen Fay with a hit by pitch mixed in there as well. And with Melberg in a 2-2 count, I mean, Fay was a great hitter all night, and they take him out right here.
Loudest bangerang we've ever heard on the PA over the PA system after that one.
2-2 chopped high, and that will end up foul. That would have been trouble if it was in fair territory, just because I think that did a lap around the SeaTac airport on the radar and then came back. We'll have to do the 2-2 again. Just Sam Melberg, who is pinch hitting for Owen Fay. Chase Clark, who has been in the lineup all day in the 10-hole, is due up and is on deck. Clark 1 for 3 with a run batted in to his name as well. DubSea Frank wants his Frosty, as does everyone else here at Mel Olson Stadium. 2-2, jam shot over to Kung. He's been busy. Throw in time. Another nice play from Noah Kung. 2 gone in the ninth.
Yeah, that one off the short end of the bat, and Kung had to really charge in from shortstop. It looked like Hamada might have a chance. But take another look. Off the short end, over to Noah Kung. It's kind of spinning weirdly, makes the adjustment, and yep, just by about half a step. Bartholomew swallows it up, and now 1 out away.
The people want Frosties, and Jaden Mizuno wants a 1-2-3 inning in the ninth.
Free small Frosty with every win, and boy, does the first base line want Frosties.
1-0 is just down, and no one here at Mel Olson Stadium liked that call. I know that because the 3 guys left earlier, so we know that they won't agree with that. 2-0, and there's a strike from Mizuno.
There we go, 2-1 count now, and the Frosties.
It's a Husky Stadium situation where the sound bounces off, and it's really loud. Chopped over to Hamada. Is it Frosties? Yes! Fish Sticks back to their winning ways. They tie up the series through 2 with Elevate Northwest. The rubber match tomorrow. They take this one 6-4.
Great work from Jaden Mizuno in that 9th inning. Went 1-2-3 after a little bit of a shaky 8th where he did let in a run. And after a ferocious comeback in the 9th inning, came up just short yesterday for the Fish Sticks. Elevate Northwest can't put anything across. 1-2-3, and that win's got to feel good after the heartbreak yesterday that was endured by the Sticks.
So another really close, really good game between these 2 squads at the Friar this weekend, but the Fish Sticks come out on top this time around, 6-4. They take down the Sasquatch, and not really a performance that you can look at and be, that was the difference in this game. But for stick of the game, we're going to go Evan Hellner.
We are, and Hellner continuing on after the best hitter and the only bright spot in yesterday's game with 2 hits as Mark Lynn goes and jumps into the crowd. But Hellner, 2 for 3 today, an RBI on that hit early on in the game. Also walked, so reached 3 to 4 times he was on, and having a heck of a series. He's having a heck of a summer. And now we might be able to talk to him for the first time this entire year.
Jackson basking in the glory after a hard day of operating the wireless cam. No one works harder than him in this stadium. Here's a look at all the highlights from this game. It started with some sloppy play all around. Beckett Turnbow reached on an error. That scored Hellner after a double. And then Turnbow stole third, and you put it perfectly. Victor Wembanyama on a giraffe would not have made that play. Beckett Turnbow scores on the bad throw from Landon Klein. Fish Sticks take the lead. And then some great base running right here scores Jake Daly. That tied up the game at 3 in the 6th. And then Braden Bartholomew, a double out into left field. He had a great day as well. He finishes 2 for 4 with another run driven in. And then there's Hellner. That finds Greengrass. That's his 21st RBI of the year. Scores Bartholomew. Average north of 300 for him. And then Rylan Gillard. Don't look too hard at that swing.
That one sent some fans out of the stadium. But there's Hamada giving DubSea Frank and the rest of this fan base free Frosties, free small Frosties, courtesy of the Wendy's here in White Center and the one in Burien if you show the picture on Instagram.
I likely will be.
You likely will be.
Yes.
I don't hate that take.
Team picture of the Sticks heading into their last game tomorrow night. They are now 24-14 on the year. Their PIL record is final at 10-8. And a series win and a season series win against Elevate Northwest would be a nice cherry on top to this season.
It would be, and they've won 6 of their last 7 games now and putting together a really good season. They're not going to come out on top of the PIL as we take a look at the Dicks RBI drive into the game, and who else but the RBI king himself, Braden Bartholomew, leads this team in RBIs and gets another one there, courtesy of Dicks driving.
So 6-4, the Fish Sticks win. Elevate Northwest out hits the Sticks 10-7, but that's a pretty crooked number in the error department. 4 errors for the Sasquatch tonight. And that really was the killer down the stretch. That 2-run second is a perfect thing to look at. Both of those runs were unearned, and they would have got out of it clean with a clean exchange between Zach Daniel and Tilden Sue, and then Turnbow scores after stealing third. And we will get Evan Hellner on the headset right now. First time we've talked to him. I'm excited.
I am excited as well.
Evan, can you hear us?
Sure. How you
Sweet.
guys doing?
All right, stick of the game tonight. Evan
sir.
Hellner finishes 2 for 3 with a run driven in, and your batting average and your hitting numbers have just been so impressive all year, and it's just been so consistent as well, just day in and day out. What are you looking to do at the plate?
Yeah, thank you. I'm really just sticking to my approach, looking for my pitch, just drive the opposite field.
We did lose you, Evan.
We did lose you for just a second. Not sure if someone maybe undid the cord there.
This is not your fault.
This is not your fault. Don't worry. We can have an extended graphic going on here with stick of the game. There's a lot of heads over there in the dugout. Who do you think would be the guy that would unplug it on accident in the dugout? Oh, no. Well, Jake Rowland is throwing his hat. But,
Can we just get someone to go check on that cord over there? That's all we ask.
Still can't hear Evan Hellner, our stick of the game.
Thank you for sticking with us, Evan.
Stick of the game sticking with us still.
Oh, he might just do it himself.
Oh, here we go. Oh, man.
Do you guys hear me now?
Yeah, there we go.
Wow.
The tech, wow.
Yeah, round of applause for that.
All right,
the
there we go.
technician himself.
All right, thank you.
Yeah,
All
okay.
right.
Another. Here we go. That was an extended break.
Yep.
But, Evan, you're one of the youngest guys on this team going to New Mexico State
Yes,
University next year. What have you gotten and learned from this summer that you think is going to really help you next season?
Definitely like my approach to the plate, not trying to look for anything that I can't do too much with. Just sticking to like what I like to hit, fastballs, and then if I know like a breaking ball is coming, just sit back and look for it. But yeah, definitely the pitching and watching and just learning how they pitch here at the next level. So I'm real excited to get down to New Mexico State with that learned, and so yeah, I'm ready to get down there. I'm really excited.
Something I wanted to ask you really all year, but your teammates with Beckett Turnbow, who's also heading down to New Mexico State, and you guys have been battery mates on the mound and at the plate this year. I mean, what's it like to be able to build that connection before you even step foot on campus?
Oh, it's awesome. I mean, I've known Beckett for a long time. We've always played against each other, so it's fun to finally get a chance to play with each other, so that's awesome. I'm real excited about that. But yeah, he's a great kid. I mean, I love catching him. He brings the energy on the mound, so he's something that's so fun. But yeah, I'm excited to get it going, and I'm excited to get down there.
Awesome.
And
one more question, Evan,
yes, sir.
just before we let you go. This is now the second to last game of the season. Tomorrow is the last game. Can you just kind of put into perspective what this season has meant to you, how fun it has been to play at the Friar all year?
Oh, I mean, it's such a blessing. I mean, it's so fun to play in front of these fans in the city. It's just awesome. I really enjoy it. I mean, there's kids running around right now. I mean, that's so fun. Like, who doesn't love that? I mean, and then also the team. We just love each other. We love playing together. We're just one big like group that likes to just play baseball, have fun, and come in and show up and show out every night here at the Friar. So it's been a blessing. I love it. It's been fun. Yeah.
Evan Hellner, stick of the game. Fish Sticks wins 6-4. Thank you, Evan, for
thank you so much.
Fixing our cords and taking the time to talk with us. Have a good night.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Have a great night.
Thank you, Evan.
All right.
6-4, the Fish Sticks come out on top. Evan Hellner, the stick of the game, and a good bounce-back win for the Sticks after last night's event. Beckett Turnbow got it started in the second. He and Hellner are going to be such a great tandem at New Mexico State next year and for years to come down in Las Cruces. There's Turnbow stealing third and then eventually taking home as well. And then after this, it was just back and forth the whole way. Elevate Northwest would not go away until this sixth inning that really served as the difference.
It really was, and Jaden Mizuno came in the latter parts of the game as we take a look at, that was the Dick's RBI drive into the game from Braden Bartholomew, who had a case himself for yet another stick of the game. But really fun atmosphere, and I'm really pumped up for tomorrow and the last game of the summer already. Can't believe it.
Fish Sticks improved to 24-14 on the summer. They take down the Sasquatch 6-4 tonight at the Friar. We will be back here on the Fish Sticks Network for our last game of the season at 6:05 tomorrow. For Kyle Sweeney, Connor Ryan, our director, and everyone that makes this broadcast so great, I'm Angus Trengmo. Have a great night, everyone. 6-4, Fish Sticks win.